Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Panel. Today we are here to talk about none other than the NBA Finals. Game 1 is tomorrow, and we have the New York Knickerbockers against the San Antonio Spurs.
Jay,
Don't need
you
no
want?
more introduction than that.
Are you wearing a vest?
I'm ready for war, brother. Ready to go. I'm ready to go.
That's
I
dope.
don't blame them. It's wild in New York right now. It's not. New York is not one of them places where, especially this time of year with the Knicks in the NBA championship.
Chill,
Nah,
you trying to sell it like it's the purge.
It just might be.
I promise you. Let the Knicks win the championship. Let the Knicks win it. It's gonna be mayhem in the streets of New York if the Knicks win the NBA championship. That's exactly what it's gonna be. Mayhem.
Hand to God, I just got off the phone with my man this morning that said I'm ready to go to jail if the Knicks win the finals. I never heard nobody say that.
Penn, I don't think you understand.
That's what he said?
I don't think
Swear to
you.
God.
Chill, I'm from there. I definitely understand.
My brother is a banker. Like, he wears suits. Like, he's in charge of people. He told me to get bail money. This is what he told me.
Yeah.
He told me to get bail money. He's like, yo, I need you to put some bread away if the Knicks win the NBA championship. Because
Chill,
I am going to be in the streets. He told
Chill,
me
you
that.
know bankers are scumbags. You
No,
already know
not
this.
no. But this dude right here, he ain't that type of scumbag. No, he is not that type of. This is a dude that's married, got kids. You know what I'm saying? Live in the suburbs, telling me, yo, I'm gonna be in the streets. That's what
Penn,
he's
why
telling me.
are bankers scumbags?
Guess it's how you grew up, man.
No,
That's
they
fair.
are.
Well, Jay, are you prepared to go to jail if the Knicks win?
No. I got a son, man. I can't be going to jail. Like, what?
Right. Yeah, this is insane.
That
Okay,
ain't
well,
what,
Jay,
that ain't
we
what he
ha- we
told me
haven't-
off air, by the way. That ain't what he told me off air. He trying to keep up appearances just in case this is used in his trial. I get it. I get it.
Man.
Jay, I haven't seen you since the Spurs took care of OKC.
Which I said, I said, listen, why are we just giving OKC the benefit of the doubt at home? But I'm happy to see
Right.
Spurs take care of business.
How do you feel about the Spurs matchup?
I'm excited, man.
Let's hear from you first. Let's go.
I'm super excited. I think the key to this matchup is really going to be for me how we guard Wemby, right? I think historically KAT is put on Wemby, right? But I think KAT is going to be our X factor in terms of staying out of foul trouble, right? Our ability to keep KAT in the game, especially with Mitchell Robinson's pinky, is gonna really open up the series for us. So I think that depending on who we put on Wemby, whether it's going to be OG, whether it's going to be KAT, how we decide to guard him is what's going to open up the series. But I'm excited. I think this is money for the Knicks.
If Mitchell Robinson has an issue with his pinky, then you know what? They need to cut it off.
Amen.
This sounds so
know what I mean?
goddamn wow. Oh,
I'm
Get
with
rid
you.
of that shit. You got 9 more fingers. You don't need your pinky. Cut that shit off. I don't got time for no pinky issue basketball, man. Get your ass out there.
Well-
If your pinky hurts, cut it off.
It's the shortest finger,
You don't need it.
I'm with you.
You definitely do need it. Just in case.
100% man, you need it. You definitely need
Just
your
in case there's
pinky.
somebody at home that's just like, you know what? It'll save me a lot of time clipping this nail.
I played a whole season on a broke pinky. I'm telling you, you'll be all right.
And he will be all right.
didn't-
He
you
already
didn't
made
cut
that
it
clear.
off, though, right?
You did not. It's still there.
Well, no, I didn't.
Okay.
But if I was in the NBA Finals and that was an option,
To anybody who knows how to shoot, go try to shoot like this.
no, you don't. You tape them.
Well,
I had to tape them together like this. I just played taped, 4 fingers like that. Good.
That's why
You'll
that
be
thumb
all
is.
right, man.
That's why that pinky is like that. So
Yeah.
no, Jay, I've heard a lot of I've heard a lot of park talk when it comes to Wemby. It's like, who's gonna guard Wemby? Who's gonna guard Wemby? Like, Mike Brown is just gonna put KAT on Wemby, and Wemby's gonna go for 60, and we're not gonna make any adjustments. No, that's not the way basketball works.
Mhm.
Absolutely not. And on top of that, that's not what Mitch Jhonson is gonna do. He's not just gonna allow Wemby to just be the focal point of the offense and take all the shots. That's not the way that works. And that's the park logic that I've been hearing. Okay, you guard him, and y'all just go one-on-one all night. That's not the way that works. No, They're gonna run a number of different actions. I think the difference here, Penn, is I love the way that the Knicks have now implemented KAT in their offense and what taking the page out of what Denver does, but dumbed it down. dumbed it down isn't the word I'm looking for. I apologize. Simplified the offense for Cat, right? We could do this for Joker in terms of a bunch of different actions because Joker processes like that. Cat doesn't process like that. So we can simplify this. So, for example, if I got Cat flashing to the right elbow, I got I don't know. I'm going to pitch the ball to Cat at the right elbow. I'm going to go set a screen. Jalen Brunson's going to go set a screen for Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges is going to curl off that screen. While he's curling off that screen looking for the basketball, it's not happening. Jalen Brunson's going to come back, get the DHO. When he gets the DHO, then then either Cat dives to the rim or he pops. That's simple action right there, but it's effective action as opposed to Mikal Bridges is diving to the rim. He's not open. He relocates in the corner, and with him relocating in the corner, if Jalen Brunson is going to the rim and then he relocates to the break, okay, he can pop it to him. That's also simple action. But we're not going to put a whole bunch of different actions that involve Cat, where Cat has to make a bunch of different decisions. We don't have to do that with him. No, we can run the offense through him where it's I don't like the word simplify because what it makes it sound like Cat's slow. Cat just doesn't process the game like Joker, but I think that he's good enough as a distributor and a processor that we can run the offense through him and we can be effective.
I mean, shit. If not processing the game like Nikola Jokic makes you slow, then we all slow.
I don't know nothing about basketball, Penn. I don't.
Straight up.
Sorry.
I think this series is really going to come down to the bigs for New York, right? Like, I think Isaiah Hartenstein did a really good job on Wemby for the most part. In that first game where they threw those guards, J-Dub, Alex Caruso on him, he went off for 40. So clearly, I'm not really sure how much I'm going to trust Josh Hart and OG Anunoby other than to give him a different look every now and again. But I don't think I want to tax OG having to guard Wemby the whole game. So it's really going to come down to Cat and Mitchell Robinson for the most part. Like that physicality, that should be able to bother Wemby. The problem is that with Mitchell Robinson, obviously, one of the greatest Knicks offensive strengths is their pace. And if they play hack of Mitch, it's going to slow the pace down. It's going to muck the game up. The other thing is with Cat in drop, Wemby, I went back and watched some of the tape of the series, during the regular season. Wemby seems to get behind him a lot for those easy lobs. Mm-hmm. So I think it's really going to come down to that. It's going to come down to the bigs, and then it's going to come down to transition, right? Can the Spurs get out in transition, right, on mistakes? Can they limit their turnovers so that the Knicks can't get out in transition, consistently get out in transition? And then selectively, can they slow the pace of the game down when transition does not work or when running does not work and pick on Jalen Brunson? You must attack Jalen Brunson with De'Aaron Fox. You must attack Jalen Brunson with Dylan Harper. And you must force rotations. You have to chess match this. As much as I would like to tell you, to any Spurs fans watching, that this is going to be a cakewalk, this will not be a cakewalk. This will not be an easy series at all.
Does it not matter that the Spurs beat the Knicks? I mean, the Knicks were 2-1 against them this season. A lot of people brought up the fact that the Spurs were beat. Well, it matters to some people. I'm still answering my question. Because a lot of people brought up the fact that the Spurs had outplayed the Thunder in the regular season, and then so some people are also bringing up the fact that the Spurs outplayed the Knicks. I mean, the Knicks outplayed the Spurs in the regular season. Yep. So some people that matters, and I don't see how it wouldn't matter.
In fact, that was the entire logic of why San Antonio was going to beat Oklahoma City, because they handled them in the regular season. And the fact that Wemby was just so polarizing and they didn't really have a legit answer for him. Well, what do the Knicks do? What do the Knicks do different than what Oklahoma City did? Well, they ended up putting Wemby on Josh Hart in those games. I mean, he was able to knock down some shots. He wasn't knocking down the long ball. He wasn't knocking down shots that much, but he was able to make some shots, and that can't be their entire plan, I don't think. I mean, I do think that it's part of their plan, but I don't think it's their entire plan to just, all we're going to do is just have Wemby as a roamer. No, there's other things that they have to do, because Mike Brown's going to make the adjustment to have OG Anunoby now knock down open shots, because when you got a roamer, then what you can do is you can mismatch hunt. And I think Mike Brown does a good job in mismatch hunting and getting OG Anunoby in open spaces, not just open spaces, but getting him on guys like Devin Vassell, getting him on guys like like Julian Champagnie to go one-on-one. And I don't think that and not just one-on-one where we cleaning the whole left side of the floor out. Quick hits, like what he did with Donovan Mitchell, where I got Donovan Mitchell on the left side of the floor, 14 feet away from the basket. I can back him down and shoot right over the top of him. I can do that with Devin Vassell in terms of getting quick hits.
Mustard, what's going on, fam?
What's going on, man?
Look like you've been in the sun. I ain't seen you. It's been a minute since I seen you. I know it's cold up in Chicago, but I ain't seen you in a minute, B. What up?
I know, man. It's been a minute, bro. It's been a minute. What's good with you, Chill?
Hey, man, just enjoying some basketball. You know, I'm just a goofy up here. I'm just a bozo that think I know basketball, but I don't. You know, that's all it is. And hanging with these young dudes that's schooling me to basketball, the way basketball is today. Because I don't know.
Yeah, they
shit.
keeping you young.
That's it. That's really all they doing. These dudes are my Geritol. That's what they are. Yeah, that's what they are. I don't need to take Geritol. That's these dudes. They're my Geritol.
What you been up to?
Just going through this military life and everything, and just thriving in it. That's all.
Right on. How do you feel about this finals? Knicks. Spurs?
I think it's an interesting matchup because Chill brought up earlier that it matters that the Knicks, I think it was like, what, 2-1? There were 2-1 against the Spurs in the regular season. But if I'm not mistaken, I think Jalen Brunson missed the game, right? So they won a game without Jalen Brunson. But the way the Knicks have been playing in the playoffs, it's not really Jalen Brunson dependent like it used to be. You know, like KAT is really getting involved as a playmaker, which I think he's a real, like, I don't want to say dark horse underdog to win finals MVP, but I think the way he's been playing and they've been using him in the offense by getting a lot of guys to cut off the ball and using him as a playmaker at the top of the key, that's good to use against somebody like Wemby, where you could pull him out the paint and then take advantage of some of the other defenders, especially considering that a lot of them play over aggressive, like Stephon Castle. If they miss like a couple of backdoor cuts and Wemby's out the paint because he's guarding KAT, that could adjust the way the Spurs play defense as far as like maybe they got to go to a zone instead of playing man. And KAT could easily attack that because it could shoot over the top of anybody that's not Wemby, you know. And then in the non-Wemby minutes, if KAT's on the court, we know they're getting cooked because that offense the Knicks have been running the whole playoffs, man, it's been crazy.
Mopping the floor.
And it honestly makes me feel like they're due to shoot bad at some point. Not to say that those shooters that are shooting well are not good shooters, but the efficiency that they're knocking down these shots, it just feels ridiculous. I mean, Mikal Bridges was, I wouldn't say unplayable at some point, but he wasn't playing well. And then he just
he had no points in the playoff game. Zero.
Yeah. That was rough. But I always thought at some point he would play better. There was no way he was just going to keep playing that bad. And OG Anunoby, like, that's another unsung hero that is not getting enough props, I think, for what they've been doing. They're not as Jalen Brunson dependent as they were like a year or two ago. Sure. And I think that's the real difference because I haven't seen a lot of debates about could they have beaten the Pacers last year if they played like this. And that's a real interesting conversation. I really think they could have, even though I probably would have still gone with the Pacers. But the way the Knicks have been playing has been great. So it really just depends on if that system can work against somebody like Wemby.
Are we concerned at all with Victor Wembanyama and guarding Karl Anthony Towns and potentially being in foul trouble or anything like that?
I'm worried about Karl Anthony Towns being in foul trouble.
I definitely am worried about that. I definitely am worried about that, man. 100%.
But his defense has been good though in these playoffs. He's been playing good defense. I mean, this is the best defense KAT's played in the playoff run since.
Ox, you've been Ox. You're an advocate of doing your work early as a big. You're an advocate of that, and I think that this is the ultimate test for Wemby because he's playing. He hasn't played a stretch big who can crack the long ball, who can shoot it. I think KAT's the best stretch big in the league. That includes Joel Embiid. That includes Joker. I think KAT is the best stretch big in the league. I don't think that there's a better stop and pop 3-point shooter. I don't think that there's a better stop and pop shooter in the game better than KAT. So with that being said, Wemby being the rim runner that he is, Wemby being the finisher around the rim, he's going to have to do his work early with KAT. So I think Cat can use that to his advantage. The fact that Wemby is the rim runner that he is. So get him back in transition. He's going to have to do work early. So if I'm running to the rim, now I got to get back, and I got to get back high. I can't just run to the rim like I would normally do against other teams and guard the rim. I got to make sure that I find him in transition and I find him early, and I can slow him down early, because this could get ugly with him, especially if he gets going as a jump shooter.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, so I was gonna ask that question next as well, just between the two of them, as far as foul trouble and whatnot goes. I've heard, there's a lot of speculation about what these two coaches would do. Will Wemby even guard Cat, or will he be guarding Josh Hart most of the time? Will Julian Champagnie be guarding Karl Anthony Towns? I think that'd be a big mistake, Mitch. But these are a lot of things. These are different options, different things that these coaches are doing. So I want to start with the topics. I want to start running down some topics with y'all.
Sure.
And I want to ask y'all, starting with the coaches, starting with Mike Brown and Mitch Jhonson. Who are we expecting to perform in the finals? Who are we expecting to make the proper adjustments and make the adjustments at the right time? Who's going to do some coaching this series, y'all? I'm gonna start with you. I'm gonna start with you, Penn.
Mike Brown. I think he's. I walked into this playoff series saying that he was going to get outcoached. He didn't get outcoached. Thought he was going to get outcoached next round. Didn't get outcoached. I have learned my lesson. I don't necessarily think Mitch is the greatest coach to begin with. I think he got outcoached last series, even though they lost. So I'm gonna say I think Mike Brown will outcoach the youngster.
Mm-hmm. Jay?
I think Mike Brown. Mike Brown has been the best coach in the playoffs. He's been here before a bunch of times in a lot of different roles. So I think that he outcoaches Mitch.
Chill.
I think the separator here is how he uses his unit. So, like, when Tibbs coached, like, Tibbs would use Shamet. Like, Tibbs would use Miles, right? He would dig into his bench, but that rotation, like, really didn't have a lot of time to do something. I feel like Mike Brown won with the amount of guys that he has in his rotation. I think that he's going to use them differently. He's going to use Huckaporty. He's going to use Diawara. He's going to dig deeper into that bench, because I got that big guy in Wemby that I'm going to need as much firepower in the paint and in the post as I can possibly get. And to your point, Penn, let's not forget. I mean, I got the 2-time sixth man of the year just sitting over there. That's like, whenever you're ready to go, coach, I can give you 10 to 12 points off the bench. I absolutely can do that. And having energy guys like Miles, and in addition to having energy guys like Miles, having guys like Shamet, using these guys in spaces where they can be the most effective. I think Mike Brown, I think that he has more of those tools, and I think that he can use more of them than Mitch. That doesn't take away from the fact that Mitch uses guys effectively. I just think the guys like Luke Cornett, I don't think that they've been as effective as Mike Brown's bench has been. And I think that that's going to be the difference in the series in Mike Brown coaching.
Mustard.
I'm gonna say Mike Brown too, for a lot of similar reasons as everybody else. He's more experienced. I think with the Spurs, they still haven't found a way to be sustainable in the non-Wemby minutes. So I think that's going to be a real issue for them at certain points. And also, as far as even with the experience of Mike Brown and what he's done in the playoffs, if you just look at his career, his track record is pretty impressive. He's had his ups and downs and things like that. He's learned under Steve Kerr. He's led the Kings to a great offense. He led the Cavs to a great defense back in the day, and now he's kind of like blended both of that together for the Knicks in this playoff run. So I'm gonna have to go Mike Brown.
I do think, Ox, that Mitch Jhonson, however, I think Mitch Jhonson is in a pushover. I don't think that Mike Brown's going to coach circles around him, because I think Mitch has done a great job in not just adjusting, but I think he's done a great job in hitting first and showing you his hand. It's like he did that early on in the Oklahoma City series when Coach Dagnall started with that small ball lineup with Alex Caruso playing on Wemby. Well, if you're going to play Wemby, I'm going to put him right underneath the basket. That's exactly what I'm going to do, right? And when Coach Dagnall switches up his lineup and he goes to the bigger lineup, now he takes Wemby and moves Wemby Wemby away from the basket, and then he gets Vassell more into the offense. And I think that with him getting Vassell more into the offense, I think that really helped his offense. So I think that he's going to make some adjustments.
I don't know. I think it's really hard to judge coaching, like in general, like unless you really know what you're looking for. It's really hard because the Knicks have been the hottest shooting team in the playoffs, straight up, like #1 catch and shoot shooting team. They've taken care of the basketball. They've run. They have a ton of talent, a lot of depth. So, and again, they have probably one of the best playoff risers in the playoffs in Jalen Brunson. So, again, you can make me look like a genius sometimes. I'm just basing it on what I've seen in terms of scheme, rotation, adjustments, game to game throughout a series. Whose adjustments have I liked more? Mike Brown hasn't had to adjust a lot because he's been running through he ran through the East. So I really don't know how Mike Brown is coaching when he's down 3-2 in a series because he ain't been down 3-2.
He was down 2-1, and that matters.
And yes, I told y'all that the Hawks were frauds. I was not sweating it for 1 second. I swear to God, the Knicks could have been down 3-0 and down 20 in the fourth quarter. I still would have thought the Knicks were going to win that series. I do not trust the Hawks at all.
Right. I do get that part, Penn. But with that being said, they still were down in the series, and they were down in the series off the strength that Jalen Brunson was consistently put in action. So we got to switch that up. We got to get him away from C.J. McCollum. And not only do we have to get him away from C.J. McCollum, we got to slow this game down. We got to get back in transition, and we got to make this team more of a half-court team. Because if we start doing this with them, which is what they're awesome at, they're going to run us out of the building. No, we can't do that with them. And I think that's an adjustment that Mike Brown made. I'm not on the fence, Ox, when I say this, that I've always felt like with the quarterback, as good as Matt Stafford is, as good as any great quarterback is, you're only good as your backup quarterback. Because if your quarterback goes out, your backup quarterback sucks. This thing goes the other way. So in terms of coaching, you only as good as your staff. Like, you can't make all the decisions. Those guys on that sideline, they see stuff that you don't see. And they're the one, and you got to trust these guys, because if you don't, then you're going to get ran out of the building.
Speaking of football, y'all, did the Patriots get better yesterday?
Yes, they did. They did.
I will say this: institutional knowledge means a lot to me, Chill. And there is a coach who is on the, let's just say in the huddles, in practices, in the film room. He's in the building.
Mm-hmm.
He may not be on the sideline, but he's in the building. His name's Greg Popovich. And, Mitch Jhonson be having daily meetings with him, talking to him. What does he see? And, he might be old right now, but he still sees the game at a level that most coaches will never see the game. He could, he's still having these conversations with Wemby. Wemby has talked about it. Carter Bryant's talked about it. Well, I have a conversation with Greg Popovich after every single game. How much is that going to help in a finals moment to know that this man has seen it before? Do you know what I mean? Yes. Like, yeah, you are walking in there with a coach who is new to this situation, but you have another coach who's in your huddles, in practices, who is not new to the situation, who in fact authored one of the greatest dynasties in NBA history. And he's telling you, this is what I see. You got to make this adjustment. You got to approach this with a little bit more force. This is what they're going to do. I mean, shit. Like, Greg Popovich has coached against Jalen Brunson before.
Sure.
He's coached against Carl Towns before.
Shout out to Pop, man. Come on, man.
You don't buy that?
Shout out to Pop. That's all I got, man. I got nothing but love for Greg Popovich. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's the difference, Ox, between having Greg Popovich on the sideline with you and having a daily meetings with him? Like, he's basically assistant coach for them right now, giving his input every day.
Oh, so yeah, R.I.P. Rick Adelman, man. Shit.
Oh shit,
yes.
Damn. Yes,
it's the same logic. Yeah. Let me pin this. The logic that you use with Pop. It's the same logic with Spo and Pat Riley. I mean,
absolutely.
The fact that I got this guy, even though he's upstairs and he's dealing with the daily goings on of the NBA, he's still a coach, and there's stuff that he sees that I don't see, and with him seeing stuff that I don't see, I go pick his brain. He'll tell me about what Bam is doing that I didn't see. He'll tell me about what
Joe Mazzulla, Brad Stevens. It's the same thing. That institutional knowledge
I can get with that.
is there.
I definitely get with that.
Right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So that I think that's very helpful.
Yes.
And, if anyone doesn't know, look, Google up your favorite team's team directory. Just go look at it. It's like 60 people. It's like 50 people. It's like a lot of people. that go into making a basketball team, from the international scouts to the head scouts to the president of basketball operations to the general managers to the to the assistant general manager to all the assistant coaches, nutritionists, all those people. And that's your organization, right? That's your brain trust. And if you have a collaborative organization and a coach who's willing to take input, then all 50 of those voices actually matter. If you have a control freak head coach, are we at any point, if someone wants to super chat about what Nurkic had to say about Coach Bud, I would love to talk about that. But like if you have a coach who's open to collaboration, and Mitch, from what I understand, is very open to feedback, collaboration from his players, from his assistant coaches. And he's got a really good staff too.
Well, obviously you don't want a nutcase coach that's tripping, but also you do want a coach that's gonna coach and doesn't let the team coach. Sometimes there's too many chefs in the kitchen. When you're bumping around each other, sometimes it's okay to be a little bit of a dictator at the proper times. I'm not talking about for all season, but sometimes it's like, all right, y'all, I got this. Let me do what I'm paid to do. You do what you're paid to do. And so either way, I'm not saying like. I think Mitch Johnson's a hell of a coach. Honestly, sure. I think he's a little better than people are giving him credit for. You have to have great players to win. So I'm not gonna knock him because he got Wemby and a bunch of top draft picks. I still think he's putting him in an awesome position to win. So I'm going with Mike Brown too, though. I think Mike Brown has so much experience. I think he's been doing a good job this season. Let's just move on to the next topic, y'all, because we got a lot to cover today, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm actually shocked though. I'm shocked that everybody picked Mike Brown. I really wasn't expecting that.
Well, I remember, Ox, and I know how you felt about Mike Brown in the past. I do. I know how you felt about Mike Brown in the past, but considering who he's going up against, yes, I saw Stan Van Gundy coach circles around him. Yes, he did do that. No doubt about that. He has been out-coached in the series. Mitch Jhonson, yes, he comes from the pop tree, but I think that Mike Brown, in this particular situation, with the unit and the personnel that he has, and the amount of guys that he has in terms of using them in adjustments, I think he can do a better job in this particular situation. Now, if he was going up against Rick Adelman, I think we're having a different conversation, Ox. No. I think
that was a hell of a coach right there.
Yeah, I think we're having a completely different conversation if we're going up against Rick Adelman.
Any issue with Mike Brown for me, it wasn't like I thought he was a bad coach. I just think there were certain times he just made bozo decisions. Go ahead, Mr.
I think it's really just an experience thing, because if we're being honest, and this is not to take away from coaches, but players win these games. And especially these big game superstars win these games. And Mitch Jhonson does have a luxury that a lot of other coaches have, but by having arguably the best player in the league on his team right now. And that doesn't mean he's not a good coach. It doesn't mean that, but the resume just isn't long enough to compete with somebody like Mike Brown. And Mike Brown's going through that. In the beginning of his career, when he was in Cleveland, he had LeBron. And there were definitely some things he could have done better as a coach, but he was younger. He was getting to know the job and everything. And then he ended up going to different places, bouncing around team to team. And you could tell he picked up certain things from his time in Cleveland versus his time in Golden State as an assistant. And then he carried that over to Sacramento. And now he's carried that over to New York. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to say coaching is an overrated aspect in basketball, but coaches don't win games. The players do. So
see, that's the issue.
But do coaches lose?
I disagree with that. I 100% disagree with that.
Coaches can lose games, though, right?
Yeah,
yes, they do.
Also true.
Players can lose games.
Yes, they
you know what I'm saying? A lot of times
games are mainly
I know nobody
lost by
said they
players.
can't. What I'm saying is that, like, when, for instance, you get, and I've always said this to y'all, I don't envy NBA basketball coaches because a lot of times they don't get to coach. But when you have coaches like, for instance, Ty Lue, when he comes out and Ty Lue just keeps it real, and he's just like, yo, I tell these dudes to go out there and do this, and then they go out there and do that.
Sure.
And it comes back on me. Like I ain't tell y'all to do that weak shit. You know what I'm saying? So like that happens so much in the NBA where a lot of you got players snatching clipboards. Nah, we're doing this. Like, all right, bro. So with that being said, yeah, players absolutely win games. Players absolutely lose games. You know what I'm saying? It goes both ways. It goes both ways.
The reason why there's a divide between you and me with that particular situation is because we literally just saw it. Take James Harden out the game. Why is he still in the game? Sit him. You got guys over there who can defend. They might not be able to stop Jalen Brunson, but they can do something to maybe thwart this. Mike Brown literally told everybody, move out the way. Everybody get out the way, and we're going after him. And he didn't do that once or twice. He did that almost 10 straight times. Go after him. As a coach, hold on, time out. Get him off the floor. Get somebody else on the floor. That's coaching right there. Now, when you're talking about a player mustard, when you're talking about players mustard, I think that's completely different in the aspect of putting players in positions to score, putting players in positions to be better. The Orlando Magic is a prime example of that. I thought that Coach Mosley did a great job. That ain't his fault that they missed 20 straight shots. That is not his fault that they couldn't score. That's definitely a player thing. But coaches definitely can lose games for you. Yes, they can.
No,
and they can win games too.
I think there's a difference between contributing to the win and contributing to the loss. At the end of the day, James Harden getting cooked is on James Harden. Like, that is not on the coach. If you don't want to take out your second best player on the team out of a playoff game, I'm not going to knock a coach for that.
So you don't
that's
leave them
on
out
James
there to get fried.
And that's one
of the main reasons why we lost.
But even in that game, okay, my bad. Third best player, even if that's the case. One of the best players. He's their second best offensive player.
Sure.
He's their playmaker.
Right.
I'm not going to just take him out in the middle of a playoff game, especially in a game that they were up 20 plus at one point.
Yep.
That's on the players for blowing that lead.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't lose because Kenny Atkinson didn't want to take out James Harden for a stretch where Jalen Brunson was cooking him. They lost.
Tony did it.
How was that not Mustard? The coach got it. Coach got a coach. You can't just sit out there and watch your man get obliterated. And
I get that.
I'm my best defender.
But one, I get that. And that's also on Kenny for not switching up the lineup, switching up even the looks that they gave Brunson, whether it's doubling him, hard hedging him, shading him, doing all these things to help James Harden. I get that. He contributed to that. But other things led to that loss, other than the fact that Jalen Brunson cooked them.
They went what cold. Particularly?
They weren't making shots.
Okay.
That's on the players.
And
like James.
Okay, hang on.
Go ahead.
Mustard,
if you were trying to get the switch, even when they were trying to get those switches on Harden, those players didn't fight the switch hard enough. Struz wasn't fighting switches hard enough. That's also on the players.
So take his ass
Mustard,
out.
if you down 3-0, right? You in the locker room, you down 3-0, and your coach goes to the podium and says analytically, we should be up 2-1. I'm sorry.
I mean, that was
you just lost game 4. I'm sorry. He just killed Kenny.
They lost. They definitely lost that series, and I don't know why he said that. I'm being honest with y'all. I have no
because that's how he thinks. He said that. That's how he thinks. He thinks in terms of shot quality. I know a lot of.
I think that Cavs series truly was just about the fact that, like, if I'm being honest, Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell, that pairing, it's just not going to win you a championship as those two.
And that may be that may be true. And that may be true. But the point here is, Coach Atkinson, we're up 22. With 6.5 minutes on the clock, right? So it was 6:40. It was almost 6:40. So around 6.5 minutes on the clock. We're up 22. The Knicks are actively hunting James Harden. Now you're telling me again. You're telling me that this is on the players because they don't have to switch, right? They don't have to switch. But with that being said, we know who James Harden is. We know that James Harden is a bad defender. We are going to go after him.
But his coach doesn't know that, Chill, and that's the whole point.
In fact, he said he was one of their best defenders, which is nuts to even say.
Right, but that's my point. It's like, look, I believe in pro scouting. I believe in college scouting. But perhaps the most important scouting is internal scouting.
Sure.
Do you know what your players can do?
You know what you have. Right.
Right? And so when you think that a player is a good defender and they're not a good defender, and for some reason you have some blinders on that, optically present this player or analytically present this player as good because you're overvaluing deflection rates or positional size or something. I don't know what makes you think that this guy is good, but I guarantee you, if you think he's good, you're not going to protect him. If you know he's bad, you will protect him. So therein lies the point. I believe coaches can lose you games.
Absolutely.
I don't necessarily think coaches can win you games, though.
I do think
I agree with that. Coaches. My bad. Go ahead, Chill.
No, go ahead, Mustard, because I got a point too. But go ahead, Mustard. I'm listening to you.
I agree that coaches can't win you games, or I don't think coaches can win or lose you games for the most part. They can put you in positions. They can put their players in bad positions to lose games, but they're not dribbling the ball. They're not the ones going out there defending.
Point, though, Mustard. I'm putting you in an advantageous. I'm putting you in an advantageous situation to lose.
But even if you put them in advantageous situations, they still may not be able to convert those situations in the first place.
Like
they got to be the ones doing that.
But then that's on the player. Then
you know how many plays get busted up every single time, and they got to go out there and freestyle. The coaches really
absolutely.
The coaches are mostly responsible, but really just putting the lineups out there at certain points. That's their number one contribution on the court as a coach, knowing the lineups at the right times to put them in there. You can run certain plays, but a lot of these plays fail. You can only run elevator doors for so long.
Right.
All these
doesn't that go
back
to Kenny Atkinson then? If your job is to put the right lineup in at the right time, and this nigga is
but
busting
that
my
lineup
ass
was up.
5
That
times
lineup
straight.
was up. That lineup was up 20 in the
and
fourth
then they
quarter.
weren't.
They blew that
at a
lead.
different
And
time.
then
They
they
were up
weren't. They went ice cold.
That's on the players.
That's
on the players. You blew a 20-point lead. Oh my God!
First and foremost, Mustard, there's a trust factor that comes in as a player with a coach. Ox, that's like me taking my kid and putting my kid in the middle of traffic and going, "All right, you straight." And if my kid gets hit by a car, that wasn't my fault. You should have known.
These ain't kids. These are professional basketball players.
This is somebody who trusts me.
All NBA players.
This is somebody who trusts me though, and with them trusting me, they trust they trust me to make the right decisions. We saw Mike D'Antoni.
Chill.
Wait a minute, Mustard. We saw Mike D'Antoni take James Harden out the game when they were down 3-1. He was getting fried. We saw him take him out.
And 9 times out of 10, we also saw 9 times out of 10 that wouldn't have worked. 9 times out of 10 that wouldn't have worked.
But that's the point. We saw it, and it did work. I
saw one time.
No, it's not just one time. I saw Pat Riley win. What is his name? Coach Saunders. I want to say Saunders. No, it wasn't Saunders. Who was coaching the Detroit Pistons in 2005, 2006? I saw him.
Wasn't that Larry Brown?
That was Larry Brown.
Larry Brown. No, he wasn't Dan. Was he Dan 0506? Yeah, he was Dan 0506. I take that back. I saw Larry Brown run the Hacker Shack, right? And then I saw Pat Riley flip that right around. He starts fouling Ben Wallace. Well, you can't keep doing that, right? You can't keep doing that, because if you keep doing that, then now you put my man on the line who actually did make some free throws. I put your man on the line who doesn't make free throws. Now we got to get back to playing basketball. So now I'm more effective because my guy is better than your guy. That's coaching right there. That's being
coach got to coach.
Coach
got to coach.
Again, that's contributing. I think that's contributing to the win and loss. I don't think that's being responsible for the loss or the win. Because at the end of the day, Shaq got to make the free throws or miss the free throws, right? Mm-hmm. The ball is in his hands. And even with the James Harden situation in Houston when they came back against the Clippers,
it was
right?
Flip Saunders.
That situation, I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, they lose. They lose. That John Smith and Corey Brewer were going crazy. 9 times out of 10, that doesn't happen. That does not happen.
But the reason why he did that, though, Mustard, is because
that's why people say the Clippers cursed, because it was the most random thing that.
But it worked, though, and the reason why it worked, number one,
they made the craziest.
I would like
shots,
to change my pick to Mitch Jhonson. I'm changing my pick.
Wow.
I picked against Mike Brown. Sorry, Jay. I picked against Mike Brown every single series, and you know what? Who the hell am I to stop now? I think the better question to ask is who's a better coach, Jalen Brunson or De'Aaron Fox? Because really, players coach in the NBA. We know that. I mean, coaches coach, but players coach for real, like on the court. Yep. And I think Jalen Brunson has been a hell of a coach.
Well, Mike Brown has that leg up too.
I'm not trying to give Mike Brown credit for what Jalen Brunson doing.
I'm saying he has a leg up because he coached De'Aaron Fox also.
Pardon, what did you say?
I'm sorry. Is this an attempt at trolling or?
No, I'm not trolling. I was presented with a fascinating 10-minute discussion on coaching, and then I just realized, am I giving Mike Brown credit for how good I think Jalen Brunson's been? I'm like, yeah, I probably am. You know what? Mitch Jhonson has the youngest roster in the NBA, and he's got them to the finals. No one really saw them getting here, to be honest. Like very few people did, and they weren't really supposed to come out of this. Once the Boston Celtics were knocked out, the Knicks were the favorite to come out of the East. They have not been tested nearly as much as the Spurs have. The Spurs just defeated the defending champions at home. And I think that they have gone through a lot of. Let's just be honest. The Spurs have been through a lot. Okay, we had 20 turnovers from Stephon Castle, and somehow that got a lot better. They
It's not
reintegrated.
somehow. De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox came back, but he also got better. Like, let's just be real. And you never saw the Spurs kind of quit on themselves. Let's just put it that way. Like, they didn't quit on themselves. Their body language was very good. They continued to play hard. They continued to execute when things were not going right.
Sounds like a sign of good coaching. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, that is a sign of good coaching, and also.
And maybe the Knicks haven't been tested as much because they're just better.
How about that for an idea, Ox? You know what? Maybe it is that simple, and you oversimplify
They haven't played
a lot of times, Ox. But in this particular
let's not act like those teams were good, bro. Let's not act like those were good teams.
Here we go. Bullshit. Here we go.
Let's not act like those were good teams. And I'm not denying the Knicks have been great. They've been great, but let's not act like those were good teams, bro. Let's not do that.
Yeah, but when OKC was running through the Suns and the Lakers, it was these are the best. This is the best team, defending champs.
The Oklahoma City Thunder have a better resume than the Knicks. They just won the championship.
What are we talking about?
They just won 60
We're talking about
games.
this season. Last season,
let's not act like that doesn't matter though. That does matter.
It doesn't. Why? How?
It doesn't matter. They won the championship.
No, it definitely does.
Last year. It's a whole new season.
They were better the whole regular season. They just won the championship, and they were supposed to. They ran
that 100%. That 100%.
And it's not a coincidence that the only top 10 defense they faced in the playoffs, the Knicks, they were down 2-1 at one point to them. That's the only team because
the other two teams they played were ass.
No. And I think the Knicks have a chance to win. But let's not lie.
But based on injuries, can we agree that these two teams right now are about to face their biggest challenge right now? Because without J-Dub being fully healthy, with AJ Mitchell missing as much time as he did, I would say that the Thunder were not the Thunder. Okay, with all the injuries to the Minnesota Timberwolves, I would argue the Minnesota Timberwolves were not the Minnesota Timberwolves. I would have picked the Knicks against all of those teams as the
I don't agree with that. The Thunder were the Thunder of this season. Even though J-Dub missed some games, they were winning games without J-Dub. They were winning games without J-Dub.
Okay, but you want to talk about last season? Did you not see how important J-Dub was to that championship?
He wasn't playing either.
And De'Aaron Fox missed the first 2 games, and they still won a game on the road. They won game 1 on the road, the Spurs. So what are we talking about here? They could have won that series with or without J-Dub.
In overtime.
What does that mean? Who cares? They won the damn game.
So the regular season mattered, but not the fact that the team won in overtime. But that doesn't matter.
What does that mean? I don't get that point. I don't understand that point.
All I'm saying is, I think that it's fair to say that you could have questions about both these teams. I think you could question the fact that the Spurs have beat teams that have been less than healthy. And I think you could argue that the Knicks have beat teams that are less than championship contenders. That's think
just playoff basketball.
Okay, sure. It happens every single year.
It sounds like it's playoff basketball in the Western Conference and the Western Conference only. Let me tell you why. Because I just watched this Atlanta Hawk team win 18 of their last 24 games, and the Knicks beat them, and the Knicks smoked
the losers
against whoever was in front of them. I watched this Philadelphia team come back from a Boston Celtic team when they got Jason Tatum back to being picked to be the favorites, which I don't care about that, by the way. They're picked to be the favorites. They came back and beat them. They're riding high. The Knicks ran through them like bad food. And then we get the Cleveland Cavaliers, who this one right here, I got the Cavs beating them. When I tell you that they was waiting outside for the Cavs and stomped the shit out them dudes. But now
this is what this is about.
Hold on. What you trying to say is the East is better than the West?
No, what I'm trying to say is the East isn't as bad as y'all say it is. That's what I'm trying to say.
The East is nowhere near as bad as y'all try to say.
Y'all are being disgusting. Y'all being
nasty. But it ain't the West.
All season. No. Yes, because wait. If you look at the West, you got the Lakers, the Rockets, the Suns, and Portland, all in the playoffs. The Rockets and the Lakers fucking sucked. We all knew that.
Okay, hold on. Time out.
I've been trying to tell y'all all season that the East is nowhere near as bad as y'all want it to be.
I'll preface what I'm about to say.
If Luka would have played,
I think
you would feel the same.
That's a different team.
Okay. That's the different team. But I think that I'm gonna preface what I'm about to say by saying I think the Knicks can win the championship. Okay, I do not think they're a mediocre team. I think they have a chance. They can beat the Spurs,
but
they're a legitimate finals team. But let's not act like what we're seeing in the East is not a mediocre conference
Okay,
right now.
so
Wait a second.
Hey,
Just hold on, chill. Wait a
The Knicks
second.
might fuck
Wait a
around and get
second.
swept.
The Hawks were a good defensive team. That's
Swept?
the only top
They
10
might.
defensive team they faced.
Yeah.
And they were down
Correct.
2-1.
They'll come
That is
correct.
not a coincidence.
No.
That is not a
Come
coincidence.
correct. We can
Then,
have-
secondly, about the Hawks, they were a fraudulent offensive team. Jalen Johnson's not a great half-court creator. As the number one option, he's not that guy. That's why CJ
McCollum is, though.
McCollum had to be that guy.
Mhm.
And there's a
Season
ceiling
McCollum
on
is that guy, though.
Yeah.
No, there's a ceiling on that though, as
Okay.
with him being the best player versus Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, which is why they got ran off the court in the last 3 games of that series.
Because the Knicks are better.
The next
Yes,
series-
absolutely.
Yes, we know. Yeah, exactly. The next series,
Yeah.
the Sixers, Embiid, if I'm not mistaken, missed the game, and he obviously was not healthy. Yes, they beat the Celtics with KAT at the center position, so Embiid could exploit them every single play. Congratulations. I give them props for that. But at the end of the day, they were banged up, and Maxey number one option hoops ain't getting you nowhere against that Knicks defense. So they got swept. Then in the conference finals, Donovan Mitchell is just not good enough to be the best player on a championship
true.
team.
I
Evan
can get
Mobley
with
ain't stepping up.
I can get with
Evan
that.
Mobley has not stepped up, and James Harden clearly is nowhere near the offensive player that he was even 2 years ago. Hell,
Which
even
is fair.
last year.
Yeah.
So
Now,
it
must
was
true.
obvious-
Portland, wait, Portland, sorry, no, Portland, sorry as shit. And broke leg. All right,
We're not penalizing the team for taking care of
Keep going.
business.
I'm not penalizing them.
Now,
But I
Mustard,
think when
now,
people
Mustard, to
act
your
like
point-
this run that they've been on,
Kinda are.
Now, Mustard, to your point, everything that you said, I feel like was legit. Everything that you said was legit, only except it was one-sided. And the reason why I say it was one-sided is because of the run that they had. So if the New York Knicks have to see the Portland Trailblazers in round 1, the way that they're playing right now, what do they do to the Portland Trailblazers? I don't think the
sweep
Blazers
them.
get a game on them dudes. I don't think they get one game with Drew Holiday, not just Drew Holiday,
That's
with
true.
Jeremy Grant, who didn't even play. They smoked them dudes in 4 games. Now let's fast forward to the conference semifinals. This is now let's fast forward to the conference semifinals, who either Minnesota or Denver is playing against them. We literally just talked about who the regular season, and it mattered. If I'm not mistaken, the New York Knicks went out to Denver earlier this year, put a 40 ball on them, smoked them dudes by 40 points. Now this Minnesota team, who's got a
they didn't
hobble,
play. They would have played Denver. They would
who's
have
got
played
a-
Denver though.
let's just say for the sake of argument. So
Yeah, Minnesota,
again,
Minnesota.
We're talking about Minnesota, but I just brought up Denver just in case.
And with a broke leg.
So Ant is hobbled. In addition to Ant being hobbled, we got a point guard situation where Coach Finch doesn't play
To
his
be
point
fair,
guard.
Wemby missed the game. To be
No,
fair,
no,
Wemby missed the game in both of those
absolutely
series, though. To be
Absolutely,
fair,
Wemby missed the game. No question about that. He did, but they did lose a game too. But with that being said, Julius Randle was Julius Randle in the playoffs. How am I not to think that the Knicks wouldn't smoke Minnesota too? They would have smoked them dudes. So now
what happens if they play OKC?
So now
They
we got-
win. They win the series.
So-
They
so-
still
so-
win the series.
So now we
Yes.
get
Nah.
so now we get the Oklahoma. So now we get the Oklahoma City. The same stuff that you just got finished talking to me about when you're talking about J-Dub being out of the lineup. The same stuff that you just got finished talking to me about AJ Mitchell being out the lineup. The Knicks were whole. And the way that the Knicks were playing, I don't think that the Knicks would have had that big of a
And they
problem
still lose.
with the Oklahoma City Thunder, especially the
think
way
so.
that them dudes have been playing.
They
I don't think they
lose.
would have had that big of
They
a problem
lose.
with them dudes.
Chill, save
They
your
lose.
breath. The Knicks are just the luckiest team to ever make the finals, and this
Nobody
is just
said
an
that.
incredible
Nobody
run.
said that.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
I ain't gonna say they
taking my
lucky.
Stars. Let me get
Nobody
my
said they
rabbit
lucky, bro.
They will have trouble
Nobody
against
said they lucky.
OKC.
But they
Now,
not
Trey
coming
West
out the
goes
West.
too.
Let's
I know
not
how
lie.
Trey-
They're
I know
not
how Trey
coming
does
out the
that.
West.
Yo, Ox,
They
Ox,
not
let me
coming
get
out
out
the
this
West,
row,
bro.
Ox.
Let's
Let me out
not
this
lie.
fucking row.
Che, even you know they're not sweeping OKC, right?
They're not even the
got
run that they're on right now.
No.
Do y'all think that they're going through
No, nobody
what
getting
was it?
swept.
What is it?
Between
12
the
straight
Knicks and
games or
OKC.
11 straight games?
11
Where they
straight games.
this
11
win
straight
streak?
games.
Y'all think they do that in the West? Y'all really think that's happening?
Chill,
So let me
you
ask
know-
you this question.
They're
So,
sweeping
so
Portland in this
Chill,
No,
you
no,
know,
I
you
just
know,
want a yes or no,
chill,
chill.
you know who's not in the
Yes.
finals? And
Yes.
you know who else is not in the
Well, no,
finals?
they don't
Jenny.
sweep OKC. They
It
don't sweep
doesn't
OKC, but
matter.
they beat them.
It
though.
doesn't matter. None of this matters. The fact that the Knicks can or can't beat Portland doesn't matter. They got to face San Antonio. They don't have to beat OKC. We don't have to see it. It doesn't matter.
That's
Because
a
you know
fact.
what? Let's just be honest, Joe. There have been teams that have won championships, and maybe some people have debated they got lucky because they avoided that team. There's always
Like
a
the
team that
Nuggets.
gives you trouble, right? Yeah,
Nuggets.
for sure. You know, I think that the Knicks give the Spurs a lot of problems. Problems
Why?
that they may not have given OKC. So that's the point. right now we got to talk about Knicks versus Spurs because that's the matchup we've been given. I think that there is a significant gap in offensive organization. By that I mean offensive collective discipline, IQ, maturity, how you set up your offense, how you play in the half court, your composure in these moments. I think the key to this series, to be honest, and I know I'm getting ahead of like one of the questions, is De'Aaron Fox. I think De'Aaron Fox has to be borderline perfect for this series to go the way some people think it's going to go for the Spurs. Because if he is not that, like if he's not controlling the offense, and Dylan Harper, those two specifically, those two. Like,
they're cooked in pink because we all know De'Aaron's a bum.
But all I know is everybody better than Jalen Brunson until it's time to be better than Jalen Brunson.
It's time to be better than Jalen Brunson.
I know that for a fact.
Do y'all feel like the Knicks can
better than
handle the
Jalen
Spurs'
Brunson?
aggression
De'Aaron
right now?
Fox?
One more time, Trey.
Do y'all feel like the Knicks can handle the aggression the Spurs is bringing to the table right now?
Are you
Yes.
serious?
bringing a lot
Spurs
of
handle the aggression and Knicks are bringing to the
the
table.
Knicks
Word.
have been more
I
aggressive.
know the Spurs can. I know the
To
Spurs.
answer your question, Trey, yes. Like when you talk, and I think you brought up a real interesting point about how violently.
You know where I'm going.
Yeah, I know how violent
Yeah.
the intentions are. Like that when the Spurs get on the floor, they ain't bullshitting. We get into
you
it.
know where I'm going.
We get into it right now. I can definitely get with that. They're gonna bring the fight to you.
Who's the toughest player in this series?
The toughest player in the series.
Mhm. Yeah, who is that dude where you're like, okay, that guy can get knocked out.
I think it's OG.
The thing
I
is,
think
with
it's
the
Jalen
with
Brunson.
the Spurs, it's a lot of soldiers over there. They just listen to whatever coach and Wemby say, and they just jumping through walls, running
They do
people
the
over
same
and
thing
doing
in
all
New
that.
York.
It's a lot
They
of
doing
stuff. The
the-
Knicks ain't
they
like
doing
that.
They're doing the
I
same
don't
thing in
think
New
they're gonna be able to handle that. I
They-
really don't think they're gonna be able to handle that aggression. Then you
And
just got
Handle
Wemby
what
at the
for
end of
them
the
little ass kids?
Them little ass boys.
Man,
That's
nobody
the
worry about
point,
them
though.
boys, man. Come
That's
on.
the point. That's the point. They just right now,
Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper. You think OG Anunoby and Jalen Brunson are worried about them babies?
they are. Dog.
Hell nah.
When you got somebody just crashing into you, I think so. I think
I
so.
think
bro.
And you know what though? We talked about this before. Mind you, in my eyes, it was going to be Denver. We all see Aaron Gordon couldn't walk. You know what I mean? So whatever. It's the Spurs. We talked about this earlier in the season where me and Chill was talking about it. Who is the team? Who is the team out the East that can handle the physicality of these certain teams in the West? And for me,
Right.
the only team that I thought could really handle that level of physicality was the Knicks. You know what I mean? And it makes sense.
Honestly, if you asked me that like 2-3 months ago, I could have said the Pistons, but they just. I
Jalen
like the Pistons, but they just didn't make a move at the trade deadline. That's what killed them.
They didn't need to at the time.
Oh, they absolutely
time,
did.
they
We saw this coming a long time ago. They definitely.
But even after, when K got hurt, Jalen Duren was hooping. Like Jalen Duren was actually that was his best ball when K got hurt. So I was thinking when K came back,
it was hooping.
K came back to form.
Yeah, but
The
K
Pistons needed one
also
more
he
piece.
needed more help. They needed another guard that could help with the
Yeah.
ball handling and score the basketball, and they didn't make a move at the trade deadline. So that's why it was over for them. And I was showing them, big love. I like Detroit, but they didn't make a move, and that cooked them. The Knicks were the team
They might go
that
get Fox.
can handle it.
Trey,
They got to do something if they plan on competing.
But
Real quick though, y'all, real quick, hold that for a second, Chill, before, because I feel like we're transitioning into out of this topic, and so while we're doing that, we might as well pay a little bills, y'all.
pay some bills. All right, I can get with that, no doubt.
As y'all know, Splash Sports is the best place for your DFS games. We go here for quick picks, and let's just make it quick, y'all. Let's do some quick ones today. We got a WNBA matchup: the Toronto Tempo versus the New York Liberty. Let's make some quick ones, y'all. I'm gonna kick us off with none other than the GOAT, Marina Mabry. We're going 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and of course, I'm taking the more on that.
Did Paige
Does
hit
anybody
last
else want to
night?
get involved? Does anybody else want to get involved? We got Brianna Stewart, Brittany Sykes. Sabrina is a game time decision, but we still got John Quill, and of course, Satu Sabali.
Today is the 2nd.
Oh, shit.
Ox, what is that?
Oops.
Coaching against your former team, that is interesting.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Ox,
Give
what
me-
is that? What does that Jewel Lloyd line look like tonight?
Let me see. Las Vegas versus Los Angeles.
Yeah, what is
Killer
that?
Cam, Jackie Young. Jackie Young is getting back to form.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing Jewel.
no Jewel.
But we got NECA. We got the point guard Chelsea Gray. We got Erica Wheeler, Ariel
like that.
Atkins.
I like that line from wait, with Brink. 5
Killer
rebounds.
Cam.
5 rebounds. I'm gonna take more on that. Yeah, I think she can give me more than 5 rebounds tonight.
Okay,
Yeah,
Killer, let's get on the glass.
yeah, I think she can do that.
What's Stewie's points and assists?
For tomorrow, let me see. Stewie's points and assists. They're not giving us points and assists. They got
They know
PRA.
better.
They got points.
We go under on the points.
Hey, go to the Mystics.
Less.
Don't they play the Sky today?
The
The
Mystics.
Mystics in the sky today. Yes, we do.
Kiki should have
We got
double-double.
Kiki. We got Shakira.
Kiki should get a double-double. I'm with that. That's easy,
Okay.
bro.
So, just what you want? Rebounds or points?
I was gonna say both, but
Gotta
I'll
pick
go
one.
rebounds. Rebounds up.
All right, y'all. Well, that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna rock with Kiki more on 9.5 boards. Brianna Stewart less than 18.5 points. Killer Cam more than 4.5 rebounds, and of course the GOAT Marina Mabry more than 25.5 PRA.
Splash Sports, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Splash Sports, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? All right.
Nope, that ain't it. That's on Saturday. That's on Saturday.
I'm trying to go chill with you.
Oops. There we go.
That's on Saturday. That's not today. That's on Saturday, 12 o'clock.
All
That
right.
show on Player's Choice.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, let's get to it. We gotta move on a little bit more through the conversation. We actually did touch on this a little bit before we get into all the the subsections of this. I want to just get down to the nitty gritty right now, so that we all just know where we stand. I want to just get the series prediction. I want to just go straight to series predictions. Who's gonna win in how many games? Let's go, Trey. I'm gonna kick it off with you.
I'm going with the Spurs, and I'm hoping
Okay.
for a sweep. I'm just hoping for a sweep. Wemby, my
Spurs
man.
in this
So
many.
I'm going for the Spurs. I'm just hoping for a sweep.
Okay. Shit.
Yeah.
Let's keep it with this bottom row. Mustard, what you
Yeah.
got?
Look, man, the Knicks have had a great run. It's special for them. Ain't nothing wrong with what they've done. I congratulate them. This is the greatest Knick year since Patrick Ewing made the finals at 94. Or remember 99 when they made the finals.
No, 94. No, he's right. 94. 94.
Not
Right.
like the finals in 99.
No,
94
I know that,
was
but what you mean they didn't make it? They made it in 99, didn't they?
Yeah, that's correct.
He
But
wasn't
Ewing had a partially torn Achilles. He ain't play that.
No, I know he didn't play, but I said Latrell Sprewell. Latrell was also in that run, wasn't he? I think
Yes,
that
he
was a
was.
great run
And-
for them too,
and
because
Allen
considering they were
Houston.
an 8th seed. I mean, that probably felt magical. But I would say since 94, because they probably felt like they had a real chance to win that year. It's been great for them. But I do think this is where it ends. I'm not going to say a sweep because I do respect Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns to get the job done. But I think we're just going to see Wemby complete the takeover of the league because he is the best player in the NBA. This is what a consensus best player in the league looks like. I think people have forgotten that. It wasn't Giannis. I love Giannis, but it wasn't him. It wasn't Shea, and it wasn't Jokic. This is that guy. And I think he's going to make his mark. I'm going to go Spurs in 5 or 6 games around that.
Pin?
Pick, man. You got to pick. You can't go 5 or 6.
Okay, I'll go Spurs in 5. I'll be serious.
Pin?
In 6.
Jay?
Knicks is 6, man. I think it's just absolutely ridiculous to have to sit up here and listen to this shit. Like, I think it's so fucking crazy that I have to listen to this like as if the Knicks are just on this magical fairy tale run and that it's almost over because just because it has to be. Right?
Oh
Like,
Lord.
no basketball logic because Wemby's the best guy and the NBA has just the best marketing team, and so they have to win.
I mean, he is the best. He's the best.
Okay,
You
a
know that.
singular individual
I
player
don't know
does
that,
not
but-
win a series.
I
Though.
don't
Like
know
he's
that.
not.
You
gonna
don't
win
know
every
that?
series.
I don't know that. No, I don't.
Oh
News to
wow.
me.
I'm shocked you didn't know Wemby's the best player in the league.
It's incredible.
Well, at
man.
least now
Knicks-
you know. Now you know.
Knicks
Though.
in 6
Now
I
you
in
still
the
don't.
Garden. They come back home in the Garden, take it 4-2.
Oh shoot,
That's
he
it.
thinks they're gonna win games in San Antonio too. Oh,
Well, why
man,
wouldn't
that's
they?
funny.
They're taking game
No,
2 in
I
San
hear
Antonio,
you.
just so you know. And
Chill.
Mark, I said that.
Who you got?
Oh.
As the resident, as the Nick hater up here, as the resident Nick hater up here, I'm an Eastern Conference dude, so I'm going with the Knicks. What the Knicks have done throughout the course of this playoff run, I think it's been nothing short of fantastic. This team has been connected both offensively and defensively. The offense changed, the defense changed, the coaching has gotten better. With all of that being said, I think the Knicks handle these dudes in 6 games tops.
You picking the Knicks
And-
right now because you're a Cavs fan. That's all it is.
No, it's
You-
not.
Because if the Knicks get swept, what does that say about the Cavs? That
If
says
the Knicks-
that
if-
says that they're that says that they're garbage.
We've already established that the Cavs are garbage and that they're far away from winning a championship.
I mean,
Why-
but
why would that
they're
hurt
far
Chill?
away. They're not winning a championship.
Chill. You
They're
said earlier that you like you're up here and the young guys are keeping you young and teaching you some stuff.
They are my Geritol. Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So
not. I mean, the city of Cleveland, they going through.
the
it right
internet
now, man.
tells me that with Victor Wembanyama on the court during this playoff run, this amazing playoff run, which has netted the San Antonio Spurs all the way to the finals, they are a plus 16.2.
Sure.
That is a ridiculous number. They have a 103.5 defensive rating with Wemby on the court.
Absolutely.
That goes up to
What do
114.
what do those numbers say about SGA?
Those numbers say that SGA is the worst player since
Okay, so then
Harold
I
Miner.
don't want to hear them numbers then.
No,
No,
but
because
but
you
odds,
know.
like numbers require context. It's a 5-on-5 sport. Individuating any one player's impact is very difficult. It's very difficult. Okay, so again, with large sample size, this has been going on. Not just like Wemby is leading, in my opinion, the greatest rim defense in NBA history. This is right there. Okay, so the tactical
I
side
don't know
of
NBA
it,
history. I don't know about NBA history.
Definitely.
Bro.
Just because Bill Russell, the
The
way he
64
was dominating
Celtics
games,
were incredible. What are we doing?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. Relative to time period, because I mean, come on.
That 86
Right.
Rockets
Relative to
team was
time
logic.
period.
if we're doing
Relative to
relative to
time
time period, then Bill Russell clears. But if we're doing relative to my eyes, then
Wemby is-
leading,
yeah,
Wemby
yeah,
is leading the greatest
yeah.
defense. I think
fine.
one of the things that tactically could mitigate some of the responsiveness of Wemby at the rim is how physical and big those Knicks bigs are. Like Cat and Mitchell Robinson can really push him
Right.
around. OG can push him around. He can get into his body. So if he gets sealed, then Brunson gets open middies. Or not open middies, but like you can create looks for Brunson where potentially they could also get offensive rebounds. The Knicks, again, like I don't know if the Knicks are this team as a jump shooting team, but their catch and shoot stats are off the charts during the playoffs.
Fantastic.
They've had, and again, this is not a huge sample size. They played 14 games? 14 games. They played 14 games. This is not done over a 80 game stretch or whatever. They're just having a crazy hot shooting stretch. So that's where I say, okay, now your crazy hot shooting stretch is going to be met with one of the greatest rim defenses I've ever seen in my life. And now you're really going to have to hit those jump shots. Now, if Josh Hart hits his jump shots, and by the way, Josh Hart did not hit his jump shots when the Knicks went 2-1.
He got benched. He actually got benched. That happened.
Yeah, I'm saying,
Coach
like,
Brown will make adjustments. That's
Yes, he will.
Being a good coach.
And
make
having
more
those
jump shots.
pieces to make those adjustments too. Don't leave that part out. That's very important.
I'm saying, like,
Um,
if Landry Shamet and Deuce McBride and all these guys can continue to hit shots like the way they've been hitting shots, if OG can hit shots, if Josh Hart can win shots, the Knicks will win this series, guaranteed. Like, if they continue to be 62% true shooting on catch and shoot, the San Antonio Spurs are not going to win this series because you just can't match that level of firepower. The Knicks are number 1 in points per game, number 1 in 3-point percentage, number 1 in field goal percentage. Like, they are absolutely shooting the piss out of the basketball.
If that was a Western Conference team, y'all would say that these dudes was walking to the NBA championship. If that was the Spurs, if that was
they wouldn't be walking though.
If that
They
was
wouldn't be
Minnesota,
walking.
if that was Denver, if that was
They wouldn't be
Portland,
walking
if
though. They
Portland
wouldn't be
walked
walking.
to the NBA championship where they only lost.
They wouldn't be walking.
Yeah, they
OKC didn't walk to the Western Conference Finals.
They 100%. If I'm not
OKC
mistaken,
walked to the Western Conference Final, but then
Yeah.
they got there and what happened, right?
yeah, they lost in a 7-game dogfight.
Yes.
What's he talking about?
At some point,
They lost-
the receipt is due.
But
That's
they-
my point. At some
and-
point, the receipt is
right.
due.
And they
went
lost
up in
in a
the
7-game
East.
dogfight.
In the
What are you
East, the
talking about?
receipt ain't due in the East.
receipt was
the receipt
due.
is not due.
The receipt
in
was
the
due.
East.
What-
It's just
what-
that-
hold on,
here's the
real quick.
difference. Here's the difference, though. The difference, Mustard, is not only was the receipt due, this is my wallet, and I had so much dough left over that I ain't really have to sweat that. I ain't have to
Chill.
work.
When was the receipt due for the Knicks in the East?
Then you know when the
down
receipt was
2-1.
due? In the Eastern Conference Championship. Because last I checked, you literally just stood up here, Mustard. You just stood up here and said, man, I thought that Detroit team, Cleveland mopped them dudes.
No,
This
time
is
out.
what you
I
believed in.
brought up Detroit about the physicality point.
Right.
I
And
never
that
thought
one of the
Detroit was
main
coming
reasons-
out the East.
That was one of the main reasons why you thought that they were going to be good in the playoffs. Cleveland mopped them dudes. Straight
But
mopped
even
them.
then, they still got proven to be frauds, correct?
Yes, they did. By a better
Okay,
team.
so what are we talking about?
By a better
But the,
team.
but the
Are
Spurs
they
got
frauds? Are they
different level of
frauds, or they just weren't as
physicality.
good as other teams?
They're
I don't
frauds.
understand.
That's what it is. No,
They're
they're
frauds.
not.
They're
Yeah,
frauds.
I don't know the
They're
fraud.
frauds.
Either way,
And I love Cade. It ain't
I'll just-
about Cade, but that team is flawed as hell. Let's not do that.
Absolutely, and
They're
that's why I was saying that they needed to
Perfect
make the
example
move
of the regular season.
at the trade deadline. It was just because they just weren't frauds. They just needed to make some moves. We saw it from the beginning of the season. We talked about this in January. We talked about this in December. We talked about this shit in November that they have to make a move or they're not going to make it. And what happened is exactly what we talked about. What we
think
discussed.
The Pistons are a perfect example of when you have such a great defense like that can push the break off of these turnovers and things like that. Your regular season games and your record can kind of get inflated a little bit because you can just rip off these crazy runs. But then when the playoffs come in, half court offense matters a lot more than transition game. That offense becomes a bigger problem for them. Asar Thompson not being able to make a shot away from the
That's what
rim
they
is a
needed to
big
make a
problem
move.
for them.
That ain't news. We knew that.
And Jalen Duren,
been
I
doing
mean,
that
I
shit.
don't know what happened to Jalen Duren. I still am confused.
They
at
denied
how
him.
bad
They
he's
denied
played.
him. They denied him lobs and easy rolls to the basket. That's what happened.
Right, but
Not even
let's
that. He was
let's
creating. He was creating in the season too.
right. Let's focus on this series though. The Detroit, they're up out of there. We're worried about them during the summertime or next season. You know, as far as this finals go, it is absolutely 100% Knicks in 6 if the Spurs get lucky.
They get lucky, Ox.
It's gonna be a pretty much a dominant series. They're gonna be outplayed. They're gonna be outcoached. They're gonna be out physical. They're just gonna be outworked. It's too much heat coming from Manhattan right now. I'm sorry.
Did you pick
It's
Portland to
clear.
beat
It's
San
clear as
Antonio?
day. No, I did not, Penn.
You
Thank
didn't?
you. Thank you. No, I did not. I know you keep trying to do this. But
I agree with you.
didn't.
I didn't try to do
I
this.
agree
I
with you
read
with
it in
the
the
coach.
chat. I don't think the chat.
Don't
is lying.
listen to
I
the
just
chat.
asked.
The chat keeps saying shit that's not true. They're lying. Like it's right there. The proof, the proof is out there. No, I did not. I said that I think Portland would give them a decent series because I thought Portland was playing good at the time. That doesn't mean I picked them, you know. So that's okay. But anyways though, also if y'all don't know if y'all noticed this or not, but Wemby's running out of gas. I don't know if y'all been seeing
the crazy
this.
thing though.
But
I
it's
think
like
the reason is because they played actually a great team. You know,
real quick
unlike
though,
the Knicks,
because you know
who-
Wemby's running out of gas. You know what I'm saying? And you can see it from like the rebounding standpoint. Him not really like chasing the boards no more. If they don't really come to him, he's not getting after him. And I know they get a little rest. And I was talking about this before because last series y'all was getting on him about certain stuff, and I was like, y'all got to cut him some slack. Like he's clearly gassed. You know what I mean? I still thought he played well. But I was pushing against the not the hate, but the whatever y'all was giving Wemby. I just wanted y'all to calm down a little bit because he's a young fella. You know what I'm saying? He has never been this deep before, and I just think he's just really tired. You know what I'm saying?
What's a
Well,
good thing?
Ox, what I think
4
was,
days
is that
off,
Wemby
right?
gonna take advantage.
Yeah, I
of the
do
moment.
understand that.
I think he's gonna take advantage of the moment. Whether he gassed, whether what's going on, I think he's gonna take advantage of the moment. I don't think he's gonna let it pass him, especially after what happened in the Olympics.
Sometimes you don't got no choice. Like you
But
just
they
don't
got
have no
a little
choice
time.
sometimes.
Yeah. I think he gonna. That's why I think they're gonna win. Like Knicks coaching
But
is
you-
better, all that. But I think Wemby
Yeah.
gonna take advantage of the moment.
You know what's going to happen though. You know what's going to happen though, Trey, is that these couple of days that they got off, their legs are going to feel better. You know what I'm saying, for
Right.
like game 1, and they're going to look pretty good. But then come game 2, game 3, game 4, it's going to wear back down on them. Like they've been having a really tough series. You know what I'm saying? Victor Wembanyama's been getting beat up, hit, punched, kicked, all types of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Because the
going
young
through
Bucks
it.
been carrying a lot of load in terms
Exactly.
of what you're saying.
In game 7, for instance, you know what I'm saying? Like Wemby played decent. I don't think he had a bad game 7 or anything, but
Yeah.
we didn't see Victor
We didn't
Wembanyama
see
take
this
over and win game
incredible
7.
game, right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was a great team win, which is a good thing. That's not a knock. I'm not like, please let's think about this before we react, everybody, even in the chat. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. It's a great thing to be able to play team basketball and get a team win. What I'm saying to y'all is that I believe Victor Wembanyama is gassed. And there's nothing wrong with that. He's a young
So
boy.
you don't think
He's
their
never been
team
here before.
basketball can beat the Knicks?
No, I don't.
I mean, when
Okay,
you're in
so-
actual dogfights in the playoffs, I mean that happens.
Yo, brother.
Yeah, because when you're not good enough to just put teams away, absolutely, it happens. Yeah.
Okay,
You're
so-
right.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could just run into James Harden in the playoffs, and
I wish I could run into Portland in the playoffs.
run
wish I
into
could run
first
into
option
Phoenix.
Tyrese
Guys
Maxey.
who've never been to the
We-
playoffs
we've
still.
done this.
Yeah,
Like,
who had a dogfight in the
Spurs-
play-in,
the
Chill.
Spurs got the path
No,
that they
I just
needed. Is what I mean. Like
Yeah.
the Spurs walked into the playoffs with a lack of experience, right? They hadn't been tested, right? And so I think that they were given the perfect 3 series that they needed to prepare themselves for this moment. And yeah,
Dante DiVincenzo, torn Achilles.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards
Okay,
broke
cool,
leg.
cool.
You know,
Got
all
you,
those
got you.
things. But that's a part of
and
playoff
Victor-
That's
basketball.
part of
It
playoff
happens.
basketball. But I
And I
really believe
understand
Wemby
that.
is not going to
And
lose. this
Wemby getting ejected was a part of that growth period, right? Carter Bryant getting scolded, Dylan Harper getting injured. Like these are all parts of it. Stephon Castle having 20 turnovers in 2 games, them being down in series, them having to face a game 7. These are growing moments for a young team that desperately needed it. But what I will say is, to the fatigue factor, one of the things that helps when you're young, and I think we all remember being 22, shit, Jay, you might be 22, is you recover really fast. You recover really fast when you're 21, 22, 23. You know, when you're that age, give me 48 hours, I'm good. At this age,
You're not good.
Give me a
from this
week.
deep. You might bounce back a little bit, but you are still exhausted. Your body is exhausted. After a series, after a season this long, you need a couple weeks, if not a month or so, to get your body back. You know what I mean? Like that 4 games, like I said, you're gonna feel better. You're gonna feel better after 4 games of rest. Absolutely. You got all
I
the
get it.
hyperbolic
It's
chambers. You got
something-
real quick. You got everything you need for recovery. You know what I'm saying? You're playing the NBA. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're gonna feel much better. But eventually, it's gonna wear back down. If y'all didn't see Victor Wembanyama past game 3, 4, 5, and 6, and you can't tell me that kid wasn't exhausted, then you're lying to yourself.
but
I had 30. Me and Guy had 30 in game 6.
Yeah, you can still score. I never said he played bad. Maybe you're not listening. I didn't say he played bad. I said you can watch
he
the
had
game.
one of his best games.
Okay, you can watch the game and clearly see that he's fatigued. That's what I said. I didn't say he
Tired
played
of
bad.
dropping
I said,
30.
and then also if you also listening, I said that it's affecting what?
He's
Rebounding.
only playing 32 minutes a game in the playoffs,
All right.
and also this
Clearly that's a lot for him.
Okay,
Can we get a moment of silence?
For Rick Adelman?
No, for Drenchy.
All right.
'Cause
Get
the-
y'all ass up with Drizz Man walk in the building. Ain't no way y'all gonna do that shit. Come on now. Y'all supposed to stop what y'all doing and say and announce something. What's going on? What's the
shit.
word?
I really do think we needed a moment of silence for Rick Adelman.
We
We kind of
do,
brushed over
since
it.
we on that
Because
subject.
he
Yeah,
was a-
former-
he was a
RIP,
great
you know what I'm saying?
coach.
We
in
gave
NBA
our
history.
condolences though. We did absolutely.
Yeah, former Houston Rockets coach. You know, shout out Rick Adelman.
Former
Sacramento
coach,
Kings
former
coach,
Portland.
Portland Trailblazers.
Couple guys
Amazing
up there
basketball.
hit home with Rick Adelman. You know what time it is. You know, it is what it is.
Had the unfortunate luck of running into both Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and Kobe and Shaq.
And refs and ran into refs. That's what you mean?
He had the unfortunate luck of doing that.
And
So,
having
We had- we
unfortunate
had-
luck
we had
of coaching
unfortunate-
Kevin Martin and shit. That
We
shit
had
was
we had
unfortunate.
the unfortunate luck of running into some corrupt ass referees. That's all.
Tim Donaghy.
That is a fact. Let's be clear about that. That is a fact. They was cheating.
Man, Tim Donaghy wasn't cheating. He was doing what the NBA told him to do. Y'all gotta go watch that documentary.
Actually, let's be clear about Drench, and this is you, which I think is so funny. Drench, do you know how many games Tim Donaghy refed in that series?
5,
That's
right?
not the point.
How about
None.
0?
None. He didn't ref any
No,
of them.
no,
He
wait,
wasn't.
wait.
He wasn't the one. There was a whole group of them.
He refed in the NBA Finals, though, right?
He didn't ref any of those Western Conference Finals games.
I'm talking about the NBA Finals.
I'm talking about we're talking specifically about.
Oh,
the
I don't know. I thought.
Wait,
the NBA Finals
but
he ref
Drench,
5.
let me
ref
ask
the 06 finals.
let me ask you a question though, Chill.
Yes, sir.
Isn't that how conspiracy works?
That's exactly how conspiracies work. Yes, I don't have to be the dude holding the gun. I could be in the building across the way.
Chill. Tim Donaghy didn't even cheat though. He was just he was cheating for him, but he wasn't cheating the game.
Cheating, yeah.
No. He wasn't cheating the game. He was doing what the NBA told him to do.
All
he was doing was collecting bread off of it.
Conspiracy to commit a misdemeanor is a felony.
The NBA
That's crazy. A conspiracy to commit a misdemeanor being a felony is crazy. But I'm just saying, if you technically listen to what he was saying, it still goes on today. That man wasn't cheating on the games. He was cheating because he was basically inside trading. That's all he was really doing. He was doing insider trading.
How the hell we get to this? What are we doing talking about?
Rick Outerman. We got it because of Rick Outerman.
Yeah. That's all he was doing.
RP coach. Let's move it.
Yes, sir.
Drench, I need your predictions for the finals though.
Yeah, y'all crazy as hell. I don't know why y'all think the Knicks is sweet. To be honest with you, I have no idea why y'all looking over the Knicks.
I don't know, bro.
And plus,
whoa, wait, what? Hold on, wait a second.
Like they just can't drink.
Let's rearrange this. Let's get these Knicks haters down here.
And plus, like y'all got to think about this from a strategy standpoint, right? Like, Victor Wembanyama is good, and shutting down the half court set on defense, right? What the Knicks make an adjustment by doing is using KAT as a hub. So you pull KAT out to that 3-point line. Where does Wemby go?
Out to the 3-point line. He got to come out.
Guess what happens after that? You get cutters like Mikal Bridges cutting. You get Josh Hart cutting. If he even wants to guard Josh Hart, that would be a bad mistake because all they're going to do is just move Josh Hart around. If you continue to move Josh Hart around, Wemby can't stand there and just wait to block shots. He's going to have to turn his back quick. If y'all watched the last series with the Cavs, the Knicks did a damn good job of having some great off-ball action, and it started with KAT being the hub. So it's to me when I thought about this matchup before the Thunder game was over, I was looking at each one. When I'm thinking about this, I'm like, bro, KAT playing on that 3-point line and having the ability to pump fake, take Wemby off the dribble, and finish at the basket or even shoot it. That's gonna give the Spurs some matchup.
So what happens
problems
when they go to his zone?
Can KAT do that to Wemby though?
I think KAT can do that to Wemby. I don't know if he's gonna do it every time. You know what I'm saying? Not every time, but good enough to where he can create plays. If they go to a zone, the Knicks don't shoot him out the zone. They just gonna shoot him out the zone.
So y'all think this shooting shit is just gonna keep lasting, right?
Why not?
So what I'm hearing is if KAT is out outside the 3-point head fake, go to the basket, can he pass good enough? Can he make that good read?
I think so.
All over him like that.
KAT can make the read.
I think that's why he got the practice. I think with them switching their offense to that KAT hub, where KAT has been a hub of the offense and he's been making plays. I think they got him a little bit more comfortable.
We're gonna live with them Josh Hart threes. We'll live with that.
I mean, Josh Hart don't have to shoot all the threes. Josh Hart does a good job of cutting to the basket, and that's all you got to do is just be a threat.
Oh, I dare to cut to the basket.
Mikal been a great cutter.
Guards don't protect the rim. They do. Like Steph Castle, good rim protectors. Dylan Harper, good rim protector. Carter Bryant, good rim protector. Like they got versatile wings. Okay, so I think the real thing in this series is who is De'Aaron Fox guarding? Because if he's guarding Jalen Brunson, this is about to be a bad series.
He can guard Jalen Brunson.
No,
I don't know if he can stop him. Like, can't nobody stop him. Can't nobody stop him. But he's not finna abuse Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson not finna abuse him like he did James Harden. Like, ain't nobody stopping Jalen Brunson regardless. But De'Aaron Fox can hold his own, bro.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox is fast enough to stay on that left.
I don't know about
that.
Jalen Brunson take an extra dribble.
Strong, dude.
Jalen Brunson's still gonna get the bucket, but it's
gonna. We're not talking about like just forward speed here. We're talking about lateral quickness.
I would put Fox on Hart personally. I would put Fox on Hart.
The good thing about the Knicks is they got so many defenders they can. The Knicks got so many defenders that they can use, and the good thing about the Spurs, they do too. Like it's pretty much. Right. It's not that the big of a deal to me in this series is going to be
So who you
how
got?
much can Wemby protect the paint. That's going to be the deadline of this series. How much can Wemby protect the paint, and can they own the offensive rebounding matchup when Mitchell Robinson come in the game? And if the Knicks gonna go double big, I don't know if they will or not, but if they go double big, what production can they get out that lineup? I think this game gonna be won in the trenches in between 2 and 3 minutes. That's what this game gonna be won at, in between 2 and 3
I
minutes.
agree. This I agree. I can hold that.
And then we gonna see, like, yeah, bro. I'm telling y'all underestimating the Knicks, bro. Y'all really are.
Talk to him, Drew.
No, we're not. We're not. But it's okay.
I know the
So-
Knicks
so
ain't
are
never.
you-
I
are you-
know the Knicks
are you
ain't
picking-
won shit in so long. But
Mustard,
like,
who is greasing your pockets?
So, wait, Jordan, are you picking the Knicks?
Nobody, no,
yeah, I got the
nobody.
Knicks.
I'm
I got
just
the
saying.
Knicks winning in
For real.
7. To be honest with you, I got the Knicks winning in 7.
Mustard is a Western Conference.
Because they're
team. He always
winning
been a
on the
Western
road.
Conference. We're not
Okay.
gonna
I
get
mean,
Yeah.
I'm San Antonio is my second home, so I feel you.
There you go.
I
He
feel
Western
you.
Your second-
Conference.
your
Went to
second
AIT
home.
there. Went to AIT there. What's it called? I went to college out there.
I ain't gonna lie,
love
Mustard.
that
San
shit. That's my
Antonio is
spot.
ass. That's like my 8th home. That shit is ass.
Not too much, bro. Not too much.
Shit, I went
Not
to
too much.
UTSA. That shit is
Yeah,
trash.
that's probably-
Phil.
Mhm.
Nah,
Them motherfuckers, I saw after the
San Antonio
Spurs
not trash.
won that
It's not
shit.
trash.
Them
You
motherfuckers
gassing
talking
me.
about
You
we gonna
gassing
be
me.
on. Them motherfuckers talking about we gonna be on Military Boulevard. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be on no Military Boulevard.
Trey, you made an interesting point when you talked about Wemby seizing the moment. And
Right.
I mean, I 100% think that that's a big deal. Them seizing
That's
the
the
moment.
that's the
Now-
biggest deal.
Now, but remember too, like the flip side to that though, Trey, is this group was put together specifically for this moment. Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart. These guys were put together specifically to seize this moment, not to seize in the first round, to seize this moment. So I think that playing for the NBA championship, if I gotta concern myself with you not being able to seize the moment, you probably shouldn't be here. No. Mm-mm. And if that's the difference, like not taking advantage of the opportunity, like I gotta get you up to play in this moment. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be here.
Wemby for me is given a level of leadership as like he a vet. He capitalizing on the moment in every way. Even like what we just said, the game 7 wasn't a good game for him, like a top tier game, but it was leadership. It was what he was pushing his team and what his team is willing to do to win. Like that's just another piece of basketball that a lot of people don't see. I don't think people on the Knicks, I think they're great. Everybody great. Everybody on the Knicks great basketball players, this, that, and the other. But I think these youngins on the Spurs, they are willing to do whatever to win. And that's just something else. That's why, for me, that's why they beat OKC. Because to me, OKC
Do you think
was
the
a better
lights
team.
get too bright in Madison Square Garden for them young boys?
I don't think so. I think right now it's just a
motherfuckers
momentum,
gonna have
and I think
goddamn
everybody's
Fat Joe
eyes
on the
is closed for the
sideline.
lights.
Hey, Trey, them motherfuckers gonna have Fat Joe on the sideline. Goddamn, Barack Obama gonna be there and shit.
Right.
They gonna put the Knicks owner gonna be smart. He gonna put all them OnlyFans baddies on the sidelines, boy. I'm telling you, boy.
But I don't think them YN seeing that right now.
Shit, it's hard not to see Sophie. Hey, Trey, it's hard not to see Sophie Rain on that sideline, boy. I wouldn't be able to make a jump shot on that motherfucker, boy.
I'm with you, but
If I see Bernice Burgos on the sideline, I'm going crazy.
Shit, fuck Bernice, boy. That's old shit, boy. Hey, boy, Sophie Rain on that sideline, Jay. Shit.
I just see with Wemby specifically being the man. I just think it's something else. I think everybody is rallying around Wemby. I think everybody want Wemby to have this moment. And I think these guys are willing to sacrifice for that. Like when Youngin ran into SGA like that, I was like, oh yeah, they about to win a championship. Like, because it's a consequence to that at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
You knocking over the 2-time MVP, he can get kicked out of the league for that.
Shit. Hey, Trey, that's totally different than Madison Square Garden, boy. I'd be at the free throw line patting my pocket. Like, yeah, I got you after the game, boy. I got 20 bands after the game. Boy.
Anyway, so
Trey, also think of it like this though. Think of it like this. These youngins don't even know what Madison Square Garden even means.
And that's, I think, the difference right there. Like I said that earlier.
They don't even know what that shit means.
The phrase that I used was Dylan Harper dumb enough to think he could do it because he don't know no better. I was just in high school.
He don't know no better.
Right? You telling me someone from New Jersey whose dad is Ron Harper, he don't know what Madison Garden? Are you kidding me right now?
Okay. There's a difference between knowing what NBA basketball is and competing for the NBA championship in Madison Square Garden is.
He grew up around the game.
He might have grown up around the game, but it's different than growing up around the game and actually being in that at 20 years old, at 19 years old, 20 years old. But everything that you just said, Trey, that gets flipped around to the ultimate
y'all
leader.
really think young people are dumb as hell, man?
They are dumb as hell. What are you talking about? Remember, how about we do
they're
this,
not.
Ben? How about we do this, Ben?
At 20, I was pretty dumb. I ain't gonna lie.
How about
20,
this,
I was
Ben?
pretty-
Yeah, well, Steve,
I
I
got a
was
question
wild.
for you. This is how we can shut this conversation down right now. Penn, you at 38 years old, can you talk to your 20-year-old self? And if you can talk to your 20-year-old self, is he listening to you? Hell no, that dude ain't listening to a word that you're saying.
I could talk to him.
And how's that
He
going?
ain't listening to that shit. No, motherfucker at 20 don't listen to nothing.
20-year-old,
But no,
pretty damn
Pam,
mature.
Pam,
But like,
what
I'm
you're
not even
trying to
talking about
say-
me versus me. Like when we are hiring for our films, we will often find like very, very good applicants who are 21, 22, 23, 24 in that range. And at that place, they haven't picked up all the really bad habits. My worst experiences in film have been with people over 40. I'm gonna tell you that because they come in,
that's totally different
they
than
come in
basketball.
thinking
And like,
like they know everything. Like the best and worst experiences.
That's just an
are when
old
people are
dog.
40.
That's all that is. You just hired an
No,
old
Pam,
dog.
Pam, what you're trying to say is that these youngins don't know the value of Madison Square Garden.
No idea.
Yes,
They
these
just have no
youngins
idea.
might
It's
not.
not that they
Dylan
dumb.
Harper ain't
They
no
just don't know
normal
the
youngin.
value.
Has Dylan Harper? Come on, Trey. Has Dylan Harper proven to you that he is not a normal 20-year-old?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
for
I
real.
agree.
So I think like he knows the moment. I just think because he's not going to shrink to the moment, you're saying he doesn't appreciate it because he's not doing what you're expecting a 20-year-old to do. But I think he absolutely does know the moment, and I think that's why he's rising to it. I don't know if I'm being too
I'm even
literal
saying
about what
his
y'all are
moment
saying,
might
but
even
like,
be different. Like his
I think
moment
that-
might be different. Like he just might run through the wall just because he in that
Okay, we
moment, not
here.
the Madison Square Garden moment, but he's in his own moment. Like
I-
these, you get what I'm saying? Like
I do.
I
yeah.
guess what I'm saying is I've watched the Spurs all year. Okay, I'm preparing to, I was supposed to cover them this year. I didn't do it. Now I'm going to cover them next year. So in anticipation for covering them next year, I've watched them all year. So I've gotten to watch a lot of the interviews, the post-game scrums, and all that stuff. I will guarantee you that Dylan Harper and Carter Bryant could come up on this platform right now and probably talk to y'all about the history of the game, and you would think they were 50 years old. These two specifically. I'm not talking all 20-year-olds, all 19-year-olds. I promise you, these two could tell you what college this guy went to, who won the
I
NBA
saw that little
championship in
interview.
77.
I saw that interview of Carter Bryant doing that, but that's totally different than playing. Carter Bryant was a little nervous last series. Like I can tell by when they put him in for all of his minutes, he was very, very nervous. I know when
they actually
nervous.
they actually played a great team. So I mean,
Yeah, but I know when he's nervous. I know when players are nervous because they start
Yeah,
moving.
I saw your video breaking them down.
Well,
I
so-
agree with
Yeah,
that.
he started moving funny as
all I
hell,
know,
like
Jay,
for no reason.
Keep hearing the same logic about playing a great team. Everybody better than Jalen Brunson.
What I do.
Till it's time to be better than Jalen Brunson.
Man, y'all
So
forgetting
look,
them boys
look,
got three champs over there.
Wembanyama is
Jalen
better
Brunson
than
is-
Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson-
Chill.
They
I don't
got
know
three
who
champs
Jalen
over there,
is.
Chill.
Jalen Brunson is
Jalen Brunson wouldn't even be one of the top two players in the last
Brunson
years in the Western Conference Finals anyway. So what are we talking about?
Stop.
So-
What?
so
What?
look-
No. You wrong about that one, gang.
Jalen
You
Brunson.
wrong.
Jalen Brunson's better than Shea.
Oh my
No.
goodness.
In the
He's
playoffs,
not.
he
He's better
sure
than
is.
Wemby.
In the
He's better
playoffs,
than
he
Wemby.
was.
Come May, he
He's
is.
been better.
Come
He's
May,
been
he
better
is.
than SGA in the playoffs.
Come
You
May,
fight
he is.
that?
Better
He ain't-
player. Who's
he
the
ain't
better
better
player?
than
Shea
Wemby.
or-
Do you fight
or
that? I ain't
Jalen
asking you who the better player is. Did Jalen Brunson play better than SGA in the playoffs?
I mean,
The
I would
last
have to
3
say no
years,
against
the last
last
3
3
years,
years,
he
Jalen
has
Brunson
out.
been
He has
better
played.
against
He has played way better than SGA. Ain't even a question.
I think Jalen Brunson
Again,
numbers only been like
SGA.
second to Michael Jordan, right? In the playoffs, I think it's some shit like
It's
that.
not even a question.
So
Jalen
Jalen
Brunson has
Brunson
played
was better
way
than-
better than
Jalen
SGA.
Brunson. So
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson was playing the same teams SGA was playing.
But that don't got nothing to do with it. That ain't even
Why
what
would
nobody
you
asked.
go back to
That
that
ain't
team?
even what nobody
Right
asked you.
there, Drinks. I'm glad you brought that up.
That ain't even what nobody asked you.
What is Jalen Brunson doing against the New Orleans Hornets or the
No,
Pelicans?
last
What are you
year.
doing
No,
against
last year.
What is he
SGA
doing against
played-
them?
Last year,
What is he
SGA
doing?
was
What is he
good.
doing against the
Last year,
broken
SGA was
Nuggets?
great. What are we talking about? Last year, SGA was fine. He
I'm
played fine
saying,
last
yeah,
year.
but he didn't play as good as Jalen Brunson.
Absolutely
And
not.
tell me who
And-
Jalen Brunson.
And
He
what
beat the
I'm
same-
saying,
he
what I'm
beat-
saying
he
is
played the same
Jalen Brunson to cook the Pelicans. Jalen Brunson to cook the broke down Nuggets.
Fuck the nigga.
What you mean? What we
What
talking
the
about? Like,
fuck?
what were the Nuggets doing?
And please tell me when they both played the Pacers. Who
Man,
was
be
better?
for real.
Jalen
When they
Brunson
both
was
played
better.
the Pacers, who were
Jalen
better?
They both
Jalen
played the
Brunson
Pacers.
was-
Who was
Right. They both
Jalen
played
Brunson.
Jalen Brunson was better.
Jalen Brunson.
in that series.
Jalen
Clearly.
Brunson. Jalen Brunson.
You know, y'all got it. But either way, regardless,
Mustard, stay right
you
there.
got it, bro.
Because if
you got
watch
it, big
that-
dog. I gave it to you. I gave it to you. You got it. The finals speak for themselves. I mean,
real
cool.
quick, yeah,
Please,
I got
that's where I'm at, Mustard. That's
real
exactly
quick. I got Ron on the horn. Ron said he got 200 for anybody.
No, get Ron.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
I got him on the
Stop
horn.
showing Ron with his fingers like that, bro, because that's what he do in that alley at night, Chill. That motherfucker Ron walk around that bitch like this.
So Chill, look, I'm gonna specifically talk about Wemby in a moment. I had to do some independent scouting on him back in the day. I had to see him in France. I had to see him in the Olympics. I had to see him in the summer league. And every time he got these opportunities, it was just some sort of turn up.
Sure.
Like, because throughout the season, because when he played for Level of Wild, he was doing okay during the season. But when it came time to go to the league, it was just some sort of turn up. Like, I've personally seen it. Same thing with the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
So now I just don't think he's gonna miss the moment, man.
And I can appreciate
and
that.
You're right. I agree with you with fatigue. That can play a big factor. But I just think when it comes to this moment, this time, this now, that's what I'm basing this whole thing on. Like, I hear all this head fake cat going down. I hear all that shit. But I think this is the moment. I think because I seen it. I witnessed the shit.
Right. And I think the flip, and I'm not gonna argue that point. What Wemby did what Wemby did Mustard in game 7 is basically what Anthony Davis did in the national championship in 2012. I'm not gonna get 30. I can't really get you a whole bunch of buckets, but I'll tell you what I will do. I'll block all the shots and I'll get all the rebounds. You do score the rest of them.
I'm a will to win.
I got you covered in that. I can say on the flip side to that though is that the Knicks got a leader in Jalen Brunson that's a general. And when I say that's a general, this is the dude who they follow his lead. And they're not afraid of the moment. I said this, Trey, I said this before. Man walked taller when he walked with James Brown. If I'm rolling with Jalen Brunson, he gives you that confidence that you are going to get busy. I'm going to get you involved in the game. Not only am I going to get you involved in the game, I'm going to be your hype man, to your point, in terms of living in the moment. I'm going to be your hype man. I'm going to make sure that you are in the spaces that you are in to be successful. And we've seen Jalen Brunson do this over the course of like the last 3 seasons. Like, this ain't the first time he's gotten busy in the playoffs. Jalen Brunson is a playoff riser. Jay, to your point, this is the 3rd time he's outplayed Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs. I got to get off that. This is the 3rd time he's outplayed him.
You know what,
coaching,
Chill, you make some really good,
and Jalen Brunson's leadership that they can push it over the edge. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I think you make some really good points. So I'm gonna go from Spurs in 5 to Spurs in 6. That's what I'll do.
So we got more.
I'll give them an extra game. All
right, I can get with that. We got more of a.
I could see a little fake OG and an OB game coming into play, and I could see that.
Ox, in 2 weeks, I want to see Mustard. I want to see Damo. I want to see Ron. I want some ISOs up here in 2 weeks.
Hey, Jay, you can't really take Ron serious because Ron is compromised. You know he only rooting for the Spurs because Mitch. That's the only reason why he rooting for the Spurs. That nigga's in Seattle. He gonna follow Seattle all the way to the moon, boy. He don't give a damn. But Trey, I do want to say this, and I don't know, Chill, if y'all talked about this. Wemby putting that hit out was the coldest shit that could have happened for basketball. I ain't gonna lie. That was the coldest shit that could have happened for basketball. That young, for his young ass to do that, chill. For him to go be that young and do that, no. When I saw that, I said, yeah, he on a different type of time because these young.
Thank you.
Shay not putting out no hit. And saying,
thank you, dog.
Hard fouls, motherfucker. Like.
Thank you.
That motherfucker listening to his dad. Wouldn't be listening to his dad for sure. Because
you gotta be the best player in the league to call some shit like that.
Boy, and he put it out and he ain't apologizing for it. Like, you know what type of time it is, and everybody saw it. Everybody saw it on social media, so you know they probably was like, "You want to play like that? Let's play." He wouldn't be like, "Shit, I did it. Come get me. Come get me."
Chill. That's where I'm going with this shit, dog. That if you putting a hit on SGA, who is the two-time MVP. You could get kicked out of the league. Imagine what the rest of them niggas willing to do.
Bruh.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm going. Imagine
that was some shit that basketball been missing. Like, I'm not saying basketball been missing shit like that. I'm saying that toughness is what basketball
might be.
Definitely not willing to do that.
Okay, so then I'm glad you brought that up. And the reason why I'm glad you brought that up, because Jay, understand the difference between what I'm willing to do and what I will do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Those two things ain't the same thing. What I'm willing to do, you ain't really got to convince me. I'm down to do that anyway, right? Because you my man. What I will do, I don't really want to do this, but I want 100% to do it. I absolutely will do that. So a guy like Jalen Brunson, the fact that the New York Knicks crew, to your point, Mustard, going against that bum-ass Atlanta team, saw their man getting smoked. nah, we ain't having this. We done with that. We're gonna get him away from him. Anytime you do, not only anytime you do is try to get around him, we're gonna make sure we build a cocoon around him and keep him away from y'all. On top of that, we're gonna go after everything that you do. That's the difference. And then when you recognize that we got your back like that, that bolsters the whole crew, which would explain why they proceeded to kick a mud hole in Atlanta ass by average margin of 36 a game.
Chill. I'm gonna say this. If you see Biombo come in the game in the last 2 minutes of the first, you know what fucking time it is. Chill.
Yo, what the fuck?
Chill, you know what time it is, boy.
Why Chet playing like that? What the fuck you think going on?
Chet ass ain't want to go to that, boy. Chet ass ain't want to go to that basket. Chet said bullshit. Them motherfuckers. Hey,
break down like that.
Hey, boy, it's like playing the Saints back in the day. What was that scandal called? Chill. What was that?
Bountygate.
That Bountygate. Boy, motherfuckers say y'all putting money on motherfuckers' head. Hell no, it's a different beast.
No.
Hey,
I agree with you, Ox. The coaching is better, and the players might even be better. But all I'm saying is, we all know as hoopers, like that intensity, that rage, that kill.
Hey, that's a different type of environment.
I seen you play when we was in New York. I seen you with a little rage in you, giving these young motherfuckers buckets and shit like that.
That's a different type of environment.
Yeah, it's another thing. That's a big part of basketball, regardless of analytics, regardless of all that. That is a major part of basketball.
Trey, I'll tell you one time. Look, I'll tell you one time. I was about to say this. I was hooping one time, Chill, and we was at little 24-hour fitness. There was a dude, he had to just get out the penitentiary. Bruh, I fouled that nigga one time. I said, my bad, OG. That nigga said, don't worry about it. You gonna get it on the other end. I'm like, what you mean? I ain't say nothing.
Exactly what he just said.
So, I'm like, I'm naive. I'm 20. I'm dumb at the time. I'm like, bro, I don't know what he's talking about. So I'm trying to play it off. I call the SCO out. That nigga said, I don't give a fuck about the SCO. We can do something else. I'm like,
oh, well.
Do what?
Shit.
And it ain't no consequence to the hits because they trying to make Wemby the face of the league. See, it ain't no consequence.
Well, that's true, Trey. But I want to say though, like, be that as it may, like everything you're saying, we all know we've had a lot of issues throughout the years in this space because you can't quantify will. You can't quantify heart. Right. And so for those reasons, a lot of times we're not allowed to talk about that. We're going to talk about that today, I see, right? I feel you, and I think Wemby got that. But what I think you're not taking into account is that Jalen Brunson can go ban for ban with anybody I've ever seen play basketball. I watched Jalen Brunson go ban for ban like it's nothing. So I feel like Jalen Brunson got that same thing Wemby got. I seen the videos of Jalen Brunson when he was a little man. His pops got him out there on the concrete. Stop all that punk ass crying. You know what I'm saying? We going. Right. Jalen Brunson got that dog in him too. And I think Jalen Brunson wants it just as bad as Wemby. There's no reason for me to believe that Wemby, like, once again, we can't quantify it. Right. But there's no reason for me to believe that Jalen Brunson don't got that same will to win that Victor Wembanyama
already a champ too.
So this is where
on top of that, and they got them dudes over there that won together before when they was youngsters. They won it again. Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson. They like, we did it before. Let's do it again. Like, that's our legacy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think that guy, Karl Anthony Towns, is tired of the memes. He's tired of the, you know what I'm saying? Right. He want to prove himself. OG Anunoby. I don't even got to speak on OG Anunoby. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to speak on OG Anunoby. He going to do all that for himself. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Knicks got something. The Knicks got something to prove. Once again, I like Stephon Castle. I like Dylan Harper. They babies, bro.
I think the Spurs
Wemby a baby
because they don't know enough and they don't give a fuck.
They ain't shit. They about to learn something.
I think the Knicks
about to learn something, Ox.
They about to learn something tomorrow. Watch.
But I Trey, the logic that you're telling me, which I think is crazy, off the strength that, like, this is the stage that we on, and basically what we're about to do is we about to get punked by these dudes. That's basically what's about to happen. These dudes just about to run us over off the strength that they got this one dude that we'll run through a wall for. We got that over here too. And not only do we have that over here, we got the philosophy of a vet group. Like, we're not gonna, as the old saying, Drench, you know, we ain't gonna run down to the bottom of that hill and smash one of them. We're gonna walk down there and smash all of them.
Mm.
That's what the
Wait. Run that back for me.
Bro, you gonna smash all of them?
Yes.
Chill, run that back for me.
Chill,
Hold on.
He said yes.
You got to tell them the whole story.
He said yes.
There was an old bull and a young bull.
He said
Hey,
yes.
what that nigga Eric Spears said? Hey, what that nigga Eric Spears said? Hey, yo, run that back for me.
Chill, you gonna tell them the story about the old bull and the young bull on top of the hill?
No. Shit, no. I don't know about that story.
It's a good story. It's a great story. You'll love it.
Hey, that nigga
We know,
Eric Spears said, run that back for me one more time.
That's what I'm about. Right now, I'm doing FIBA 3-on-3s. We just played the Swedish national team.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about FIBA 3-on-3 because I ain't give a fuck.
You're a baller. You don't care.
And it was just
that.
about buckets. We just beat these
Yeah.
motherfuckers 2 days ago. That's what I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. That's what it's about to come down to. I think the Spurs don't know enough. And I think the Knicks know too much. That's what I think. And that's what it's gonna come down to.
Punisher.
That's what it's gonna come down to.
Chill punching shit,
We
boy.
gonna-
Hey,
we
boy,
gonna
chill,
find
you a
out.
motherfucker, boy. I
We
rock
gonna
with
find
chill.
out.
Chill, my dude, dog. But
Yo,
I ain't going down to the
I
hill
hear
and
what you're saying,
smashing all
China.
of them. I ain't gonna be
I feel you on that. That's why I think this is going to be a good series. I think it's going to be good
Yeah.
basketball. And we talked a few weeks ago. We were talking about it back when we knew the Knicks were going to win. You know, before they handled the Cavs, but we still knew they was going to be there.
Yeah.
And I want to see Victor Wembanyama in the Garden. You know what I'm saying? Like I want
Me too.
to see what that's like.
This shit is
you know?
sentimental.
I want to see what that's
This shit
like
is-
too.
This shit is sentimental.
This the
It is.
moment, dog.
Yeah,
This
this
the
shit is
moment.
sentimental.
I do
Facts.
not
I mean,
see-
we're gonna
I do not see
be raising
Wemby
the
going this
trophy
moment.
in MSG, so it's gonna be special. It's gonna be beautiful when we do that. It is. It's gonna be beautiful.
Well, you- 4 or 6?
You can't raise it in MSG. Well, yeah,
In
because
6,
you said,
yes, we can.
You said it's in
In
6. So you
6.
said
Yeah.
we coming back. So you said we coming
We'll
back.
raise it. We'll raise it in MSG. We gotta do it in a nice, grand fashion.
Who has
And then we'll
Mustard
come
on the
to San
payroll?
Antonio for the. For the
This is elite propaganda. Like, this is crazy. Check his bank account, his transfers. There's clearly some Spurs transfers going on here.
Yo, where's Pablo Torres when you need him? This is crazy. Because
Hey,
look,
you know-
he has been unwavering, unreasonable, in just getting his shit
Mustard is
off.
100%
Like there is
You know
no
the weird thing
chance.
about this though that y'all doing is that I started this off giving the Knicks props. I talked about all the adjustments they've made throughout the playoffs. I
didn't.
talked about Mike
No, you
Brown's
didn't.
schemes. I
You
did.
didn't.
I
missed
did.
that
I gave
too.
them props.
I missed
Y'all
that.
must have y'all
Okay.
got to go back. I did.
Hold on.
And I said,
We
and
gonna
I
be about
did,
it.
and I even before I even talked about a part where I talked about the Knicks schedule and everything.
Sure.
I literally said I'm gonna preface myself by saying I think the Knicks can win. I think the Knicks are a great team. I think what they've done has been impressive. But at the end
do
of the day, I
remember
gotta
you
put
saying
things.
that. I do
I gotta
remember
put things in proper context.
Yes.
And also at the end of the day, agendas need to be pushed. And Victor Wembanyama is the best player in the league.
That's the agenda
by-
being pushed.
And I
Sure.
think he is
Okay.
going to be the best player in the league for at least the next 5-6 years.
So, Mustard, when we
So
beat
if
the
he's
best player
already
in
ahead of
the
schedule.
league, when we beat the best player in the league, what would that make
Then
us?
the agenda will change to
Okay.
he needs a better team.
Okay.
That's what the
Ah,
agenda
so
would
we
be.
sticking with
That's what
we
the
sticking
agenda
with
would be.
Vic.
Respect.
Right?
But that's not
Listen,
going to
I-
happen.
they ain't
It's
gonna
not
happen.
going to happen.
It ain't
though.
gonna
It's not
happen.
going to
It ain't
happen.
gonna
Thank
happen.
you. It's not going to happen, my
It ain't
brother.
gonna happen.
So
It ain't
we'll
gonna
see.
happen.
Hey, I'll be here in
Go
2
ahead.
weeks. I hope I see you because I will be here. So I hope I see you
Yeah, I mean,
Trey,
you
you
will
too.
see me.
Trey,
I'll
you
probably
too.
get myself
My
a
brother.
Wemby jersey.
for
I'll
sure.
get myself a Wemby jersey and I'll wear
Uh-huh.
that shit up. If they
Hit
if
that
they
mute button
lose,
while I whip that ass too. While we on here and I'm reading off the numbers, the charts. Wemby's numbers is plus
or
minus.
what about this? I'll
I'm
make
along
you a
with
bet
both
right
teams.
now.
I'm
I'll
gonna
make you a
get
bet
that
right now.
too.
Since you're confident, we'll make a bet right now. If the Knicks win,
What up?
I will wear a Jalen Brunson jersey.
I love that.
If the Spurs win,
I'll buy a Wemby jersey.
you'll buy a Wemby jersey.
I'll do that.
And
No
you
problem.
got to wear that shit on for a whole episode.
I wear it for the whole episode. I got you.
Okay.
Matter of fact, let's sweeten it up. Whole off season. Not just
Man,
whole.
I ain't gonna lie, you lost me there.
You
lost me there. I
I'm
can't
ready
do
to
that.
go. I'm ready to go.
No.
I bet big whole off season. Every time you on this camera, I want to see you with a Knicks jersey on. Wearing
Every
that
time
number
you're
one.
here, okay, that's fine. But every time I'm here, you gotta wear that Wemby jersey. Then
I'm with that. I'm with that, baby.
I don't know.
You nervous? Come on, bro.
I don't
I'm ready
know
to
about
go,
that.
baby. I'm ready to go.
I don't know about every time.
I'm ready to
bro.
go.
Okay, I'll
Hey,
still
what you
shake
doing
to
with
it.
that bulletproof
with
vest
that.
on,
I'll
though, Jay?
stick to it.
I'm with that.
What did
Yeah,
you
You
what
know
you
they
doing with
riding
that
it. They
bulletproof
riding
vest
this
on?
thing right now.
This is a plate carrier, okay? You put the plate in here. It's a
I was about to say he
plate
think he
carrier,
G
all right?
Unit or
Plate?
something over there.
What you mean a plate?
Bulletproof plate. You put
That's
the
right.
plate in here.
You a 50 fan or something?
Nah, I'm
So
ready
it's
for
not
war,
even a
brother.
full bulletproof vest.
I'm ready for war. Nigga, that's 25 pounds per plate. One in the front, one in the back. That's heavy, nigga. To be wearing
Oh
on
shit,
camera.
you getting your weight up, nigga?
That's
shit.
that's heavy, nigga.
Hey, boy, you getting your weight up.
Nah, you missed me there.
That's what Biombo gonna have to walk around
so
with when
Mustard,
y'all
I'm
see
gonna-
that nigga in the
So
first
Mustard,
quarter.
I'm gonna raise you because I already have my Tim Duncan jersey. I already.
Well,
So
actually, since he already bet Wemby,
yeah.
I'll say you got to get a. Let's see who. Dylan
McLaughlin.
Harper. Oh no, actually, hey, that's a good one. McLaughlin. Go ahead and get a Jordan McLaughlin jersey.
Do they make those?
Hell no.
Nah, you're so funny, Ox.
They do not.
No, I'm
Or
for real.
get
I'm
a
not trying to be
Champagne
I'm not trying to
jersey.
clown.
Yeah.
Champagne. Or no, better yet, get a Luke Cornett jersey and wear that shit.
You probably can. You
Shout out
probably can
Luke
get.
Cornett.
You probably can get McLaughlin jersey at like at Ross or some shit. You know how they be having that shit at Ross.
At Ross.
In the clearance section.
Yeah, that shit would be.
I ain't never seen
size
that
17
Ross.
shoes back there. They just put his shit up
Oh.
underneath them size 17 shoes.
You might have
Hey,
to go to
Ross.
San Antonio to get it.
Motherfucker
though.
come out.
Oh
of
yeah,
Ross.
in San
Oh,
Antonio
shit.
you probably can find it. That's right. In San Antonio.
Shit,
you
no.
could.
Yeah.
You
I'm
gonna
so
find
used
that
to
shit in his
like a whole
hometown.
team.
Ox, you gonna find that shit in his hometown. That's the only
Where
way
is
you
that?
gonna
You
find
know where
it.
he from? Y'all know where he from?
Shit.
He went to West Virginia though, right?
Now you thinking of Jalen
George-
Carter? That nigga went to West
No,
Virginia.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I don't think you talking about Jalen Carter, the nigga that used to go to West Virginia.
No, I'm talking about McLaughlin. He was bald headed in college too, right?
No, you taking a Jalen Carter? That's what I'm
He's
trying
from
to tell you.
he from California. He went to USC, Ox. He from
Oh yeah,
Rancho-
we rock. Oh yeah, we rocking with him.
That's your homeboy.
We rock with him.
Look,
Like California
Ox
over
up here.
everybody, man. Get
This
that.
nigga Ox
jersey.
is a fraud. He's sitting up here talking about California over everybody. He gonna put West
Hey,
Virginia on this nigga.
Hey, California over everybody.
He
Now
from
that I
Ran-
know, shit,
He from
now
the
that I know.
Rancho Cucamonga area.
That nigga name is Javon Carter. My bad. Yeah, I said
Javon,
Jalen
yeah, Javon Carter. I am
That's
thinking
what
of
you thinking
Javon
of,
Carter.
Javon
That's right. I'm
Carter.
thinking of Javon Carter. You right.
Oh, you talking about?
I gotta head out,
Yeah, man.
fellas. I'm gonna get with y'all though.
Are you
Hey,
gone?
Trey, where you at?
Yeah, I
Trey, you
gotta
still
roll
in
up.
France?
I'm in Sweden right now because I gotta do a 3-on-3 tour. I gotta do a FIBA.
Oh yeah,
3-on-3
yeah,
tour.
you did.
So I
just say
told
that.
you. I told you when y'all need a sub. Let me know. I'll fly out.
What y'all need a
Bro,
sub?
we
Hey,
need
Trey.
one. We need
Hey,
one.
hey,
I'm gonna holler at you.
Hey,
Trey
Trey
back
not
in the
passing that ball, boy. I be watching Trey clips. Boy, ain't no pass coming out of Trey now.
No passing.
Ain't no
Nah,
pass
That's,
coming out.
that's,
No,
okay.
hurry now.
That's okay.
Bro,
Trey, I'm gonna be in Europe this
ranked
summer
right
too,
now,
Trey.
number 250
I'm
in the
trying
United
to-
States. And
I'm
I
trying
got
to
another
find you,
tournament
Trey.
next week.
I'm trying to find you, Trey. I'm in Europe this summer. I'm trying to find you.
All right, please do. Yeah,
I'm
gonna be in-
100%.
You know, I'm
in
out
Europe
here.
this summer. I'm trying
Yeah,
to find
please
you.
hit me up. Any of y'all, if y'all ever
Yeah.
come to Europe, just hit me up. I got
Yes,
you.
sir.
Hey,
I'm trying to
hey,
find
Trey.
you.
When I come to Sweden, I'm gonna hit you up whether you there or not.
Look at this dude right here. Like, we can't
Whether
take
you
you
there or
nowhere.
not.
Hey,
Trey.
I'm gonna holler at you for real though.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Let me know.
I got you. Okay.
Hey,
All right,
chill,
but-
chill,
Later.
I also gotta go.
chill.
Also
I
gotta
know
go,
you've been
too.
to chill. I
Later,
know
Mustard.
you've been to Sweden.
All right, y'all
I've
stay
never-
safe. Y'all keep being
never been to-
Dylan Harper over there in the right corner. You will be wearing that jersey.
Look for your size. I don't want to see you with no medium like Ron. Look for your size. True to
So
size.
Mustard, the deal is if the San Antonio Spurs win. I want to make sure that I'm understanding you, Mustard. 'cause
If
I
the
don't
Spurs win,
I gotta wear this for a week.
no. You got to go get a what player I just said? Luke Cornett. You got to get a Luke Cornett.
I'm not
Spurs
getting no
jersey.
different Spurs jersey. I'm gonna wear this. This is the one I'm wearing. I'm not
Okay,
getting
that's
a different
fine. You
one.
can wear that.
I gotta wear this for a week if they win.
And
And
Dylan
if-
Harper over there, you got to wear Wemby's jersey.
And if they don't win and the Knicks win,
That
you
won't
gotta-
happen. But
you got-
I'll wear
okay,
Jalen Brunson jersey.
Let's just say for the sake of argument, it does. You got to come up here with your Jalen Brunson jersey on, and you got to rock it.
I will.
Okay.
I will.
Camera
I'll rock
on, loud and proud, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
I
sir.
got y'all. But y'all have a good day, man.
Later, Mustard. Good to talk to you, brother. No doubt.
All right, so let's get some super chats, y'all.
This dude, JK or 2K guard talking about run the ones, chill. You would never tell me to run the ones if I was your age. You would never tell me that. You would never ask me to
Damn,
be on
Jerry,
the
you
court.
busting
with you.
everybody ass in Jersey?
You would never ask me to be on the court with you if I was your age. Never. The only reason why you saying that is because I am old now. That's why. But if I was your age, you wouldn't dare invite me to a one-on-one.
Hey, Chill, when you
wouldn't.
was like 17, 18, was you like a skinny kid or was you like, like lean type dude? Oh, he finna get some proof. See, I ain't know you gonna do that. I ain't know you gonna do all that. Hey, somebody asked me about my lighting earlier. Listen, man, I just moved. Oh, I'm still moving. That's why I got all that stuff on the counter right now. You can just listen, man. Come on, man. I just moved. You know, I've been busy. I've been busy back and forth. My couch ain't even came yet. Moving sucks.
Drench, I'm in the middle of a move too. I just moved. Just start moving yesterday. This nigga Ryan put up for 5 hours. He already gone.
Oh, that's crazy.
He gonna bounce on you like that.
Yeah, nigga, moving sucks, bro. I hate moving, bro.
Y'all don't pay movers?
Bro, I had some movers canceled on me. They canceled on me, so I had to do that shit myself. I was packing my shit all through the damn garage. Man, it took me 45 minutes, Ox, to get that fucking mattress in the goddamn house. Man, that mattress heavy as a motherfucker.
Jay, you think I'll be in the gym so I can pay somebody to lift this shit for me?
Like, I'll pay some movers. You tripping?
I tried. Them niggas canceled on me last minute, bro. I was in a deep sweat. I ain't never wrestled with a mattress like that before in my life. I'm like,
EJ, I move every month. I gotta move after every lease because I'm on Section 8, brother. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, boy, bro, I hate moving, bro. Like, I'm still not even done. I just ordered all the shit for the crib, though. I'm gonna have a crazy crib, though. I'm gonna tell y'all that now.
House party dress?
Yeah, shit. I'm about to pull up. I'm about to pull up on dress.
House party, where are we over there?
Hey, boy, this joint gonna look crazy in a minute. Oh, damn, chill.
That's me at 18 years old.
Oh, chill. Hey, boy, chill. You was in some shape, boy.
We got them wrestler thighs.
Y'all see who that is in the back too?
John Stockton.
No, that's not John Stockton. Yeah, that's me at 8. That's me in my senior year in high school. That's what
I do not want to see Chill in the box out. I'll tell you that.
That's what I look like when I was
Somebody asked me, do I like UK rap? Yeah, I fuck with UK rap.
When I was 18 years old. So
welcome to Brixton. I'm in the party with Barbie.
Hey, Central C, my dude. Central C was in my top 5 last year. I don't know about this year, but last year was in my top 5. I still fuck with UK rap.
What does this mean for? I know we got to get to super chats.
Yeah, go ahead. We're good.
I was just wondering what it meant. Like, what does this mean for? Because I think the Knicks gonna win the NBA championship. Like, what does this mean for the Knicks organization? Like, for them to win it after all of this time being there.
That means
this being the mecca of basketball, and for them to finally do it. What does this mean for the Knicks?
That nepotism work, chill. Goddamn, Leon Rose can get in there, get his son in there. Then they get the guys that they want, and shit, you can win if you put together a plan. That's how it looked to me. And I'm being funny about the nepotism thing, but like they showing like you can have that type of relationship in the front office, and if it makes sense, it can work whether you like it or not. Like Leon Rose stepped down from being the agent, right? He goes and get that GM job. His son takes over as agent. I think his son is Jalen Brunson's agent. They damn near got Jalen Brunson to take a pay cut. To get all his guys, right? To get all his guys, put together a championship team that was already a championship team. Nobody in the East, besides probably from people from New York, had the Knicks coming out the East. They did it. It works. If you properly plan and you get the roster that makes sense and not the roster that makes sense just based off of analytics, it works. Because Josh Hart probably ain't nobody roster for analytics. But you got to play him.
That's a fact.
To go to your point, too, even more so, right? I think it speaks more to the league, or like you don't have to tank to get better, right? The Knicks draft history prior to horrible, absolutely terrible. Signed Jalen Brunson, traded for Mikal Bridges, traded for OG. I think Mr. Robinson the only guy we drafted on there, and Miles McBride, right? So you could go out and get the pieces. You don't have to throw away season after season, right? You could go on, build on what you have, right? They had Julius Randle, that wasn't working. Re-upped on Julius Randle, got Cat. So you could always get out there and get better. So I think if the next one would be really important for the NBA to see that, you know, this is how you also could get better, right? It's not just through the draft, especially with the new draft rules.
Which is really interesting considering like how you got Jalen Brunson. Like Jalen Brunson was not a popular pick. In fact, it was a bunch of people that were like, "What the hell are you guys doing?" And on top of what are you guys doing getting him, it was a ridiculous overpay. Even though you got him for a bucket of extra crispy and a 6-pack. Like the 4 years at $100 million, everybody thought that was a ridiculous overpay. Like, wow, what are you doing that for? So to to get OG Anunoby in a trade, and they basically just the Toronto Raptors handed him over for another bucket of extra crispy in a 6-pack. Now this Mikal
That's
Bridges
not
thing.
true. RJ was good for the Knicks.
I think RJ Barrett was awesome. I'm a big time RJ Barrett fan, but the way that people looked at it, they thought that like they got him for almost nothing, right? And this is the same RJ Barrett who's been viable on a playoff team in Toronto. He's been viable for this group, right? So I say that to say that the way that the Knicks built this group, they end up trading Julius Randle, not just because Kat was a better player, but they also didn't want to pay Julius Randle. We'd rather pay Kat because we think that he's better for what we're doing here. And then to fill out the roster with the guys that you filled the roster out with. I mean, Tyler Kolek was one of the best point guards in the country coming out of college. And to bag him
the
the way
best point guard in the country as far as like just the point guard position.
That's what I thought he was, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
Trent. I thought he was the best point guard in the country coming out of college. And to bag him, and he only playing for the Knicks. Like he was in their G League. Like he's in their developmental system. And he's hardly playing for them. So guys like Miles, you get him in the second round. And yes, the draft does work. But for a team like the Knicks, where the way that they built it, I think that their model was we don't have to build it like Oklahoma City. We don't have to build it like Minnesota. And the reason, Jay, that you don't have to build it like them is because not one, New York isn't Minnesota. It is a destination city, especially if you win it. If you winning, it's not that difficult to get guys to come there. It's hard to get people to come to Portland, even when they win it. It's hard to get people to come to Minnesota, even when they win it, right? New York, it's not that difficult to get the Brooklyn Nets to give up 5-1s or the Brooklyn Nets to give up Mikal Bridges. Like, it's not that difficult to do that. So I just think that the landscape of how the Knicks built it, I think it's pretty impressive. And I think that if the Knicks were to win the NBA championship, I think this would be great for the NBA because the NBA needs this more than anything. As good as San Antonio is,
Absolutely.
as much as Wemby
Absolutely,
is going to be the face. I've said this to you guys countless times. The NBA is at its best.
when the Knicks
Knicks,
are doing, yep.
The Celtics,
The
and
Lakers.
the Lakers are good. That's
Yep.
when the Knicks are. That's when the NBA is at its best.
And you got to include the Warriors too. The Warriors. You got to include the Warriors. in there, too.
I think it's more personnel with the Warriors than it is just the Warriors being good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I think it helps that because if Steph Curry was in New York, I mean, I think it would be I think it would be an even bigger deal. Like it's a big deal that Jalen Brunson
Steph
is
Curry
there.
ass out of New York though, chill.
They would have been, they would have been
running
100%.
motherfuckers up out of there.
They would have been
But
ran him out of there. I'm
Make
not
no
gonna argue
mistake about this though, chill. All credit is to Jalen Brunson, bro. He is that guy. Like, bro, like all the questions that needed to be answered, he didn't, he wasn't going, he wasn't in his feelings about it. He understood it. I even heard him say, like, he's not a superstar yet. I even heard him say that, like, I'm not a superstar yet. And it's like, credit to him, bro. He been doing his damn thing. Like, he been handling that point guard position well. Even on nights where it may not feel like he, shooting the ball well, he finished the game 13, 14 assists. He finished the game making plays. Like, he's handled the star status as well as anybody could have handled it in New York. Like, that's why when people talk about, is he the best Knick? I get it. Patrick Ewing, Clyde Frazier, and all of them and shit like that. Yeah, I understand that. But if he can get this thing done and he can still play spectacular, you got to put him in that argument, whether y'all like it or not. You got to put him in there. Like, it's not easy playing in a city like New York. It's not.
Well, what I think Jalen Brunson has done for me specifically, he's proved I could get us there. So we can shut the door on am I good enough? No, he's proven that he could get us
Absolutely.
there. Whether we win it or not, like there's a bunch of different variables that go into winning it. You do need some luck on your side. You got to play well. I get all of that stuff. But at minimum, I'm the guy who could get us there. We could get there off the strength of me. Like, not a lot of guys can say that, right? We can put him in a different space. Now, if they win it, which I think that they're going to win it, now he becomes in a completely different space where I don't want to overrate him. Like, yo, Jalen Brunson is the best player in the league, but I'm not going to act like he hasn't outperformed a lot of your favorite players in the playoffs multiple years. That's happening.
Yeah, like SGA.
That's prime example, Ox. That's 100% going on. He has outperformed some of your better. And again, I know that I'm sounding crazy up here talking about the Knicks because, yo, chill, you'll never talk about the Knicks. No, it's the Knicks fan base. It's not the Knicks. I don't have a problem with the Knicks. I just hate the Knicks fan base. You dudes drive me crazy. I actually like this Knicks team. I do, and I like the Knicks in the past. I just don't like the Knicks fan base. You
I
guys
think
make
we
me
also
sick.
got.
My bad,
we also
Tim.
got to talk about.
It ain't all of y'all. It's not all. It's plenty of y'all that know basketball, but it's a lot of you Knicks fans that just make me sick, and I can't talk basketball with y'all. I can't.
Guys like Josh Hart and even OG, but like I'll talk about Josh Hart for a second too. He makes it easier on a lot of guys because he's gonna do so much of that dirty work. You know what I mean? Like obviously Jalen Brunson is the guy at the end of the day. You know, like when it's time to get a bucket, we looking at Jalen Brunson. But they have a great team all the way around. Like Mikal Bridges has been getting pushed under the bus. I mean, thrown under the bus for the past probably 2 seasons. And he's done nothing but ball. He's had, of course, in basketball, you're going to have good games, bad games. But when Mikal Bridges has a bad game, it's like the world is ending. You know what I mean? Like
They was trying to kill Mikal. They was trying to kill Mikal.
They do Mikal dirty, and Mikal is such an important part of that team, and he has been since he got there. OG Anunoby, we know what he does for the team. Once again, I'm not going to speak on OG. He could speak for himself. You know what I'm saying? Josh Hart, I think has the potential to be an X factor in this series as far as just getting on the glass. We seen how important his rebounder was for the Knicks last season in the playoffs too. And I don't know everything as far as with Mitch Robinson and like what he'll be able to do, how much he's going to play, but he turns games around with his offensive rebounding as well. So I think we're in for a good series regardless. I think for the Spurs, Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, Champagnie, once again, those dudes are going to have to come play good basketball. I don't think this is going to be a sweep either way. It's not going to be a 5-game series either way. I see this series going 6 or 7 regardless of who wins it. I just think we're in for a good series, y'all. Some good playoff basketball. But in the meantime, let's get into some of these super chats, though.
Yes, sir.
From TJ13, Spurs feasted all NBA defensive guards bigs while SGA was in a coma, but we're supposed to believe they'll struggle against come up just short L Knicks because Hart and Bridges. J Wall. Oh, because Hart and Bridges are John Wall and Bradley Beal now. LOL.
They're gonna come up short.
Why they gotta be J Wall, John Wall, and Bradley Beal though?
Word.
Feasted all NBA guards.
I mean,
Well,
we'll see.
Spurs feasted all NBA guards. No, they didn't. That's not true. They did not feast them. No, that's not true at all. And SGA had a difficult time with the Spurs. Yes, he did. I'm not going to argue that point. But why is it ridiculous to think that they can't do a good job on those young guys? The New York Knicks group. Why can't they do a good job? This is why I have a difficult time with fans, because fans deal in emotion. Like, I understand, Ox, that it's basketball, and in the end, like, just go play. But there's strategy to this, right? There's ideas of how you can deal with certain teams. It's not just, yo, I'm just gonna go out and cook him. In some situations, that's it, because I'm just better than you. All right, I get that part. But we in the NBA championship. It ain't as simple as, yo, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna leave Wemby one-on-one with Cat and he gonna get 50 on him. No, it's a little bit more complex than that. Yes, it is. A little bit more complex than that.
yeah. Especially we've been saying, there's different options for both of these coaches as far as who they have guard who, you know, and I think Victor Wembanyama is going to have to guard Karl-Anthony Towns. And this is one of those series where it's like, okay, Vic, this is your chance. You know what I'm saying? I think this is a huge opportunity for Victor Wembanyama. So, you know, I don't know, y'all. We'll see. There's just so much projecting we can do, and just so much. Like, at some point, we just got to just chill out and wait for the game to start.
Yeah.
King Sean Black, year 3 Shaq 1-7, made it to the finals and got smoked. Year 4 Bron made it to the finals and got smoked. Year 5 KD made it to the finals and got burnt out. Young dudes can lead a team to a finals appearance, but win, that's a whole new level.
Year 2 Lajuan. I mean, they got served by the Celtics. Let's see. Like, I'm talking about young guys. Yeah, young guys. Yeah, year 2 Lajuan, they got served by the Celtics. Yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely putting a lot on it. It's putting a lot on it.
It's hard to win a championship, yeah.
Hell yes. It's almost impossible to do that shit. It ain't like the Knicks ain't been trying. It ain't like San Antonio ain't been trying. No.
Yeah, we're
Cowboy Bob Solo. I said Knicks defense creates a fast-paced offense. Knicks pace is as fast as Pacers last year. Knicks attack when Wemby off the court. Spurs take more shots. Zone adjacent, bad against shooters. Go, New York, go.
absolutely, Bob. Absolutely. And you know who's really going to be a standout for me in this series? It's going to be Mikal Bridges guarding Stephon Castle or Dylan Harper when he comes with the bench. And enforcing those turnovers, right? Like, just keep turning those guys over, especially if you have Stephon Castle out there in the non-Wemby minutes. And you got Mikal Bridges out there. That's turnover city.
And it's also important that Mikal Bridges makes shots, because when he's making shots, that keeps Devin Vassell honest. Like, Devin Vassell can't double off of him. Devin Vassell has to find him. Same thing with Stephon Castle. If Stephon Castle is dealing with Mikal Bridges, he cannot leave him wide open. I'm already on record saying this, and I'm not sure if you guys fact check me. Mikal Bridges in the right corner. He's the best long ball shooter in the league statistically. That's going on. So, and he's got a really good mid post game. When he's coming off that screen, or whenever he's in transition, he's got a really good mid-post game and stop and pop. So if he's making shots, he's keeping that defense in San Antonio, whether it's Champagne, whether it's Devin Vassell, whether it's Castle, he's keeping those guys honest, which now means that you do get more one-on-one coverage, or you do get more of the looks that you're looking for playing with those guys. Now, if Mikal Bridges is 2 for 7, 3 for 9, okay, well, we don't have to cover him that much. And now that makes it even more difficult for us to run action for guys like KAT, where we could get quick hits. That makes it more difficult for us to run action for Jalen Brunson, because now we got way more help because we got guys in the gap. That's why it was less difficult, to Ox's point, because Lou Dort couldn't consistently make shots. That's why that's why that door, when SGA was trying to get to the rim, that's why that door wasn't open as much. It's a lot wider when you got a guy making shots, because you can't help off me. You can't double team off of me.
Right. Green 2986. Ox and Chill talking about the Trailblazers when they both had them winning against the Spurs after Wemby's concussion and loss in game 2. Ox had them losing in 5, by the way.
I just hate that when you say something, one of the things, Jay, that I learned being in the podcast world is when you say something, people take it completely different than what you actually said. When they beat the Spurs in game 2, I did not say the Trailblazers was winning this series. I did not say that. What I said was they could beat them dudes. I thought that they had an opportunity to beat them. I didn't say, yo, the Trailblazers is beating these dudes. Get these dudes up out of here. I did not say that. No, I didn't. What I did say was they could beat them. That's what I said.
Well, you know what? I did. I thought the little nigga was dead. His head was bouncing all on the motherfucker on the hardwood. They made it seem like he wasn't coming back in the series. He hit the ground and fell asleep. I thought he was done crazy for the series. The way they made it seem, it was like, okay, he's in a coma. He's never like. I was like, shit. Did y'all see what I saw?
Concussion protocol and all of that shit.
He fell from the 5th floor, head first, dive, boom, 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 boom. We all saw that, right?
Yeah,
am I the only one who saw that? Am I the only one who saw his head doing this on the hardwood? Boop, 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 boop. I thought he was done.
For the first couple of months, maybe the first couple of years of his career, every time that nigga fall, that shit was like heartbreaking. It was like, oh shit, is he gonna get up?
Yeah.
I think now we kind of used to it now, though.
He looked like one of them, like a giraffe that's the newborn giraffe, where he just like tripping over himself. And I mean, Wemby's gotten much stronger since he first got in the league, so that's good.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you the truth. What the NBA did right there is just prove that money is more important than anything. They don't care about Victor Wembanyama. Well, ain't no way that boy should have been on that floor after that. You know what I'm saying? Now get your ass out here. You got to play. So, I thought he was done, bro. He passed out on the floor.
Literally, his lights went out.
Yeah. You're right. Crazy. Yeah. Green 2986. You goddamn right. I said that. I said the Blazers were going to win after I seen what happened to Victor Wembanyama. You're right. I did say that. And if I saw that happen again, I would say it again because I didn't think he was going to play anymore in the series. All right. You got me. Shit. W ball out highlights. Shock. Here we go.
That's
No,
what
I
I'm
ain't gonna read no more. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It just
on.
nothing. I think nothing is crazier than the fact that.
Come on.
Oh shit, my boy.
Yeah, yo, boy. Exactly what I came up here for. You know what
I
I'm
ain't
here
never
for.
scared, baby. You know what I'm
Chill,
about.
be quiet, and keep coping. You said you had the Blazers, you and Ox. You be quiet right now, all right? Jay,
I ain't never been scared. You know what I'm about.
1, 2, 3, a stack.
Whatever you could do. Whatever your pockets allow. I'm ready to go.
I still got that little pocket change from yesterday. Hold on. Let me count it. 1 Benjamin, 2 Benjamin, 3 Benjamin, 4 Benjamin. All right, look, check this out. I'll cut you because I know you're going through a lot of things right now. You know, I know your emotions is high. So I don't want to catch you in a vulnerable place. 200.
200.
But if the Spurs beat them in 5, you owe me 3.
I do that to the Knicks. Beat them in 5, you owe me 3.
No. Only the Spurs, because the Knicks were supposed to beat them in 5. Remember?
Yeah, people
What kind
are
of
crazy.
shit is this nigga
I
doing?
put Knicks in 6, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Business. I'll get to you next, because I know who you got. So we got 2?
2 it is. Let's do it.
All right, now
All right,
put
bro,
yours on the screen.
hurry up so you can get this song, man. We don't got
What you
time
want
for
to
this.
do?
I don't got time for this degeneracy from your ass.
What do you want to do?
Don't play with me, Ryan.
Hey, Ron.
Don't play.
How many days off
I'll
you
be
get,
right
Ron?
back. What you want to do?
How many days off you getting a month? God damn it, god damn. You ain't gonna be able to
Hey,
pick those
man,
niggas all them
look.
days you missing.
Hey, Dritch, he got that different PTO.
I ain't even on the show this
I'm on the way to OKC, you know.
man. I ain't been on hey Ox. I ain't been on the show with this nigga hosting in the last 2 weeks.
Or
This nigga, I'm like,
when OKC got
you
packed
got
up,
too much PTO.
I got to go. I worked out a deal in my contract. I get sent to Cancun with them. So
Oh,
you know,
hell nah. That nigga
if y'all had an actual team that y'all roll with, y'all would have had that in your contract too.
That nigga Ron got this shit going, boy. I'm like, damn.
Ron, hold on. Matter of fact, hold on. Cause I'm tired of this shit. Keep that raggedy ass hand off the stage. I can't talk to you with that shit up. Put your hands there.
All right.
I'm serious though. What you want to do? Cause I got the Knicks.
Look, I care about Jay's money. I don't care about yours. All right. So hey, let's put up your eviction notice. Let's do that, nigga. What it take for you to get put out?
Give me a number though. I'm serious though. I'm serious because I've been seeing you run around PC all season doing these little. Oh, I got 100. I got 200. You don't be paying. But the thing is, Ron, I know you got money.
Everybody's been paid out.
I know.
Except for one person.
I want to spend some around.
Chill. This for me and you. Chill. I'm working this out so we can really.
Right,
have
if
a good time.
if it ain't 750, I don't want it. If it ain't 750 or more, I don't want it.
Hold on, right quick. I gotta call my agent.
All right, never mind then. All right, cool. Never mind. See, that's why I don't play with Ron. This why I don't play with Ron, y'all, because he not really about that.
Come on.
He not, because you got money. You trying to act like you don't got no money.
His money too. All right.
Who,
For
Penn?
sure.
Nah, Penn got the Spurs though. Penn got the Spurs.
Me and Penn to make a side bet. I'm gonna find a way to get some of Penn money. But look, all right, Alex.
You already
want
owe me
750?
money.
500.
Nah. Since you tried to duck, I
500
want to
and you
ban.
pay off all my debts.
5. That's not enough. Make it worth my while, Ron. Make it worth my
think
while.
about it.
And make
I got
sure you
24
pay me on screen too.
650.
A ban.
Talk to him, Ox.
I'll think about it. You know.
All right, yeah. Hit me later.
Because you
bro.
already hate Wemby. So like, if this happens, we never gonna be able to get through a Wemby segment, Penn.
No, I hate Wemby.
You know.
Y'all doing a flat bet?
Yeah, straight up. Just straight up. No. You know what? Okay, this is what we'll do. We'll do like this, Ron. We'll go game by game. Game by game. I want 250 a game. I want 250 a game.
50 a game?
250 a game.
You started this, Ron. I don't want to hear none of your bullshit, Ron. You came up with this. You started this.
Just last week, this nigga had $3. Now 250.
Pin put me up on how to make my money work. So I got a couple dollars now. 250 a game, Ron.
Ron,
Take it or leave it.
Ron, he turned that $3 into 3 stacks. While you
It's getting hot in the airport.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it no more, but let's get back to the super chat.
Hold on, before I slide, I do just want to say, like, I do like the game by game basis. We'll settle a number per game.
Okay,
Ron,
no less than 200 though.
I was about to say
this series.
Is 50 enough? Like 50 a game, Ron? Do you like that?
No, none less than 200. Because chill. Ron got money. Ron got money.
Yeah, he do.
Ron got money. He try like he don't. I want to spend some around money.
Yeah, Ron got dough. He don't got dough.
You trying to go half with me on this?
I'm not trying to go.
See, Ron played his role with y'all. I know Ron. I'll be with Ron. Ron got bread. Like I'm not
the
gonna
money. Why are we talking 200? Bring out your bread, bro.
Yes, he do.
What you do, bro?
Ron got the black card.
Ron
100% got the black
Now
card.
you want to put something up?
This 200 not doing nothing.
All right, bro. We wasting time. The chat sent it through super chats. I don't want to waste nobody's time, bro. If you want to do
I'll
it,
get back with you tomorrow. I'm gonna take your money. I'm gonna take Jay money. You see, Drench ran up out of here. Yeah, he smelt it. He ran up out of here. Hey, chat. I'm gonna be in the chat taking some of y'all money too. Wemby and 5.
Chill. Ron just had a whole wedding party this weekend. Sold 11 suits. I'm talking about best man, father of the bride, father of the groom, the whole groom's party. 11 suits. He sold each one of them suits for $1,600.
Ron doing all right, yo.
You know what I'm saying? Ron got money. We not gonna do this.
Street, Ron.
I'm tired of this shit, so I'm putting your business in the streets now. Ron got bread. I ain't gonna do this with you, though, boy.
Ron, but yo, like, stop acting like you're struggling out here, Ron, because you're not. No.
And also, I need my little commission on that too. But anyways, let's get back to these super chats.
Yes, sir.
Hey, see, Drench, you had the right idea. Just get off the stage when this fool come up because he ain't got nothing.
Drench, I should have did what you did, Drench, while I'm bullshitting. Like when you bounced, I should have hauled ass too.
Man,
Ron, hold on, Lex Show. I can pocket watch Ron because I'm in them pockets.
Hey.
Every time I see Ron, I'm tapping his pockets. What you got on my drink?
Hey, I would have bet Ron 100 though. I ain't betting more than $100 on a team that ain't mine. I don't give a fuck who win. I'm just saying. So I would have bet him 100 though. If that's the way we going. I would have bet 100. You know,
Yeah,
you know what? You know, I'm
tired of Ron coming
gonna probably have to dip
bullshitting.
out of here in the next 20 minutes. I got to go to the gym and make some money since I got to bet some money. So you know, it is what it is. You know,
Absolutely.
Let's
get this. What's up?
Oh, Ron put the eyes in the chat. I mean, shit, Ron, I'm headed to the gym right now. That ain't, it's gonna cost me one session. So shit, we can bet that hun done. It cost me 1 hour of my life. Let's go.
Yo, if anyone offers you an even bet between these two teams over the next 24 hours, I'm gonna give you free advice.
I heard you say that yesterday. You said bet with two people.
Arbitrage. So basically, someone gives you 1,000 to 1,000. Take $370 and put it on the Knicks, and then take your $1,000 bet, guaranteed to win.
Shit, I might do that.
See, no, I ain't trying to do that. I'm trying to hit. I'm putting everything on the Knicks, on both with everybody.
They gonna change the fucking odds on us though. Make sure we don't get shit.
I ain't doing that because I don't believe in the Spurs. I believe in the Knicks. I'm putting it all on Manhattan.
It's interesting y'all talking about money, because this really does come down to money. That Knicks team is about to be worth north of $10 billion. I just want to let y'all know that the parent company of the stock ticker, they're not a profitable company, but the underlying asset, which is the Knicks right now, that asset has been drastically going up in value over the last year. There's a sense of a Dolan tax on their stock that is always like, we don't trust James Dolan to do what's right. But because he has done what's right, that stock has recovered mightily. So anyone who had like bullish fever on the Knicks, you'd be up about 100% on the stock of the company that owns the Knicks.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know all the ins and out about the money and shit like people be knowing. I've been watching a lot of podcasts lately. It's kind of interesting how money works. Very, very interesting.
What's your takeaway?
Money is very psychological. That's what my takeaway is. It is a very psychological weapon. That is literally all it is.
It is.
Psychological weapon?
You know,
Yes,
the
it's a
biggest,
psychological weapon.
biggest thing about the psychology of money is that people send their hard-earned super chats through here and they don't be getting read. Now listen,
They're gonna get red right now, though.
Yep.
Yes, they are.
Let's
They're
go.
getting red today, though.
let's get to them. I'm tired of reading comments after the show talking about I sent through a super chat and they ain't get read, and then people be under there. That's why I don't send super chats no more. Now we not doing that. Y'all keep sending them super chats because they gonna get read. Trust me. Cyrus Bigavelli, okay. Knicks versus Spurs, modern day version of David versus Goliath. Just saying. What's good, OG Chill, and the rest of the fellas? Keep up the good work.
Why is it the modern day David and Goliath? I mean, like
Brunson Wemby.
Which one is which? Oh, okay, Brunson Wemby. Okay.
But the stuff that I said about Cleveland, like the path that they was on, that's actually the Knicks. Like, remember when I was saying like the Cavs are like they're only as good. They're a semifinals team this year. Next year they're East Finals team, and then after that they get into the NBA championship. That's actually what the Knicks have done. The Knicks were a semifinals team. They went from being a semifinals team to an East Finals team. They went from an East Finals team to now being in the NBA championship.
Chill.
That's actually
The
what they're doing
Cavs-
right now.
We talking about the Cavs, not the Knicks, not
We
the
talk about the
Spurs.
Knicks being on
We're talking about the Cavs,
No,
not
that's
the game, not the game.
No,
We
that's
talking about the
not-
Cavs.
No, that's
My
not,
God.
That's not
Okay.
the point that I'm making.
I'm trying to cut a Iverson practice promo on you. right now.
It sounds like you are, but anyway, I it's almost like this is the trajectory that the Knicks have been on, right? So the whole David and Goliath thing, the Knicks got a good ass team, yo. Like, why are we talking like the Knicks are here by accident? They've been knocking on the door for years. They right there.
Amen.
Chill. You know how old Jalen Brunson was when the Knicks were last in the finals?
Jesus, here we go.
The how old he was? Yeah, he was
He
a
was
child.
two. He
Yeah.
was 2 years old. He was running around the sideline.
Yes,
His dad
sir.
was on the team.
Mhm.
This is a crazy, crazy moment.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
And playing against
I
the
mean,
team that his father was playing against.
Think
Top of
about
that.
it, Chill. Like when we talk psychology, the father, right, and the son, and this notion of like the son being able to fulfill the destiny the father was not able to fulfill. That's a lot of dads and sons out there, right? I wanted to do this. This is a mistake I made. So now you gonna do this. And you take all the clips of Jalen Brunson, young Jalen Brunson on the blacktop with his dad coaching him and stuff. And like he is so much. It's a good story. It's a really good story.
Yeah,
They're gonna
but
have to make a
with
movie
that
out
being
of it.
said, though, Penn, it's like, you know what I'm saying? These dudes, the youngsters on the Spurs were like, what, 7 the last time the Spurs went to the championship? I mean, they were babies too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but none of their dads were on the team.
so
Fact. That's also a fact.
Penn is specifically talking about like the father son, like fulfilling prophecy kind
Father-son
of
dynamic.
kind of
Yeah, I can
storyline.
feel
Yeah,
that.
prophecy.
It is a prophecy.
absolutely. Knicks have to win. Absolutely. That's the
I mean,
Yeah,
so
I guess so.
anybody-
It was-
if we're
it was
being
written,
honest,
I guess it was
If
written.
anybody should be the underdog in this series, it should be the Spurs.
I agree with
This
that.
is the
That's how I
Spurs-
feel. That's how I feel.
If anybody should be the underdog, and again, I don't do the whole odds thing and who's the underdog, but this is a team that did not make the playoffs last year.
Yep.
This isn't a
what?
team that was just has been knocking on the door for years. This is a team that not only did not make the playoffs last year, the year before that, they were at the bottom of the league.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they got Wemby. That's how they got Castle. Right?
Well-
So with that being said,
They
now
got Harper.
right, and that's how they got Harper. This is where we are with this group. Now, and I said this to you yesterday, Ops. It's easy to talk about Harper being a baller now. I did not have Harper being this good coming into the league and doing this for this kind of team. No. Now, if we're talking about him doing this in Utah, if we're talking about him doing this for the Trailblazers, all right, I can get with that. But him being on a championship team where we're actually having a conversation about De'Aaron Fox being out and we need to get this dude the ball. I did not have that conversation in October. No, I didn't. I just thought that he'd be a good piece for what they were doing. I didn't know he was going to be that integral. And here the San Antonio Spurs are, which, by the way, Penn, the last team to be in the NBA championship and didn't make the playoffs the year before. That's the Celtics in 2008. It's almost 20 years. Almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And yes, I know y'all gonna say, well, the
They've definitely
Warriors,
skipped steps, Chill. Like the
Warriors
average.
didn't do it in 21.
No, I understand what you're saying, Chill. Like the average NBA team that wins a championship wins about 54 games in the 3 years prior to.
Sure.
That's the average. You go through. There are exceptions, and those exceptions are massive outliers. You outlined the 08 Celtics. That is a massive exception. But they added Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen.
Sure.
That's the exception, right? But here you have Victor Wembanyama. I ain't never seen an NBA team draft an alien before. Just watched it. The last time I've seen an NBA team draft anyone that I could even remotely think was an alien was Shaquille O'Neal. They were also in the NBA Finals a lot sooner than people expected. So when you get one of them ones,
they got Penny next year too.
Penny Hardaway too. I mean, shit, we can give everyone credit, but I'm just saying, like, you're not making that run without Shaq. So,
or Penny.
Okay.
So would you think they go to the finals without Penny Hardaway? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not. I'm saying shit changes when you draft
It was
that
obviously
type
easier.
of dude.
It was way less difficult to replace Penny than it is to replace Shaq. You saw what happened when they lost.
Yeah, there's
Shaq.
a 101 equation with this.
Yes.
There's no other Shaqs in the NBA.
Yes.
Ever.
It was way more. It was way more difficult.
No, so but what I'm saying is, like, yeah, obviously Wemby was the great thing, but then they got Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper. They made a shit ton of moves. Like,
And they
Aaron
built that
Fox,
thing.
they
But
kept
they got
all them dudes.
Keldon
But,
Johnson.
what was
Luke
the foundation
Cornett.
of that, though, Ox? What was the foundation of that? It was Wemby.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, none of this works without Wemby.
None of this works without Stephon Castle.
Well,
I feel y'all. Like, I feel the same way. I'm agreeing with y'all, definitely. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of pieces that go into this. This is the conversation we had yesterday, Chill. This is a completely different team. You know what I mean? Like, this is a completely different team. They flipped the roster and they got better. Luke Cornett, De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, all of these guys just got here, you know. And then last year, you got to remember they were dealing with injuries, and now they are who they are.
Did y'all talk about who could win Finals MVP? Y'all already
Not
talked
yet.
about that.
Not
No.
yet.
Okay.
We in the super chat segment right now. Go ahead,
Gotcha,
Ox.
gotcha,
Sorry.
gotcha.
I'm gonna read a couple more super chats, and then we can talk about that, and then I'll finish up the super chats after that. Trey Ray, obviously the Thunder, healthy or not, are contenders, and thus the Spurs are more battle tested. However, in the words of Cameron, niggas face weak conferences every year. B, they don't win by 40 every game.
It's a fact. They do not win by 40 every game, and
It's a bar.
the Spurs are more battle tested than Oklahoma City was. Is that what you're saying, Trey? Because no, they're not.
I think he means the Knicks more than the Knicks,
Oh,
which I still don't agree with either.
yeah. I don't think that. No, they're not
But
more battle tested than the Knicks.
It is
Hell
what it
no.
is.
No way. Are they more battle tested than the Knicks? Nope.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
W Ball Out highlights. Shocking the amount of Knicks fans are on the panel. Let's cut it out. Knicks run as a fluke, and they will lose to the Spurs. Mustard, you was cooking all show. Y'all are setting up the Knicks for failure.
How incredibly lucky are the Knicks to be on this incredible run and make it to the finals?
Interesting ball out, because if the Lakers was in the NBA championship, do you think that there'd be some Laker people up here? Do you think that if, I don't know, Minnesota was in the championship, you think that there'd be some people who are swayed over to Minnesota? There'd be some Minnesota people up here. I mean, that's kind of how that works. I just don't like the logic of the Knicks just got here. Like, oh shit. Like, no, this team is legit. This is a legit championship team. Legit.
They've worked on this for about 4 years now.
Yep.
Like they really have. They've paid their dues. They've hit every, I want to say almost like every, there's this term in team building, winning on the margins. This team has won on the margins, Joe. From Jalen Brunson taking the biggest pay cut in NBA history, which, you know, let's be real, he's going to get that money back. The OG Anunoby deal, which is a fleece in hindsight. The Mikal Bridges deal, you know, which a lot of people feel like they overpay for. But even last year, like you look at the cap management of this team, they missed the second apron by $52,000. It's ridiculous.
That's a hair.
They've thread the needle on, like, they finessed the system. It's like they wrote this. It's like they wrote the test. You know what I mean? So their ability to just get everything in line, even like the Landry Shamet pickup, like the Deuce McBride pick, like all these little things that they've done, and so many things like the moves they didn't make. You know what I mean? So I just think it's a little disingenuous to call this a fluke. It's not a fluke.
Not a little disingenuous, Penn. Flat out wrong to call it a fluke. It's not a little disingenuous. It's flat out malarkey. It's wrong.
Malarkey.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Got you.
What I need from the three of y'all, it's four of us. I'll participate too. I need y'all to rank 3 Finals MVPs. What 3 guys have the best shot at Finals MVPs? Go ahead, Chill. You go first.
Number 1, of course, Wemby. I think I'll get the obvious guys out. I think number 1 is going to be Wemby. I think number 2 is going to be Jalen Brunson. I think the third guy, and Ox is going to love this, I think it's OG Anunoby. I think OG Anunoby could do some things in this series that can cause so much trouble and benefit the Knicks so much. Just I can get OG to have an 11-point game and a 13 rebound game, and they end up winning. And then I could get OG give me a 26-point game, and then I could get OG give me a 12 rebound, 4 steal game. That could happen with OG Anunoby in order for them to win. So I think that the Swiss Army knife that he is, I think that he could definitely be the difference in them winning this NBA championship. Kind of like what Iguodala did with the Warriors.
Jay?
Well, I'm gonna swap out Wemby for JB. Right, JB is first. I don't think you can win the Finals MVP if you don't win the Finals. So I think it's JB has the best shot. Then it goes OG. And I think McHale is like the third outlier for that. I think we can see the same thing that Chill's saying. If we see like a 3 steal games from McHale and he really shuts down that guard play up top, I think that we look at McHale like we look at Andre Iguodala and just being that X factor and gives us like 40% from the long ball over 5 games. I think we give it to McHale.
Yeah. What about you, Penn?
I do like the OG pick. You know, a lot of people don't know this, but OG, arguably the most clutch scorer in NBA history, playoff history. Very low volume, very low volume.
I was about to say.
But as my man OG once said, I don't shoot to miss. He did say that. You know, it was an amazing quote after he hit that shot against the Boston Celtics. He does not miss.
Buzzer beater in the playoffs. He did do
this
that.
This is an all-time playoff riser. Chill. We're talking about 40% from 3 in his career on the playoffs. This guy shows up in the big moments. He's not rattled by these moments. So, you know, shout outs to him. He's not one of my Finals MVPs picks though. My number 1 pick will be Victor Wembanyama. My number 2 pick will be Jalen Brunson. My number 3 pick, Dylan Harper.
Is he going to play enough, Penn, to be
He better?
considered? Is he going to play enough to be considered
He better,
the Finals
Chill,
MVP?
because you know, like there's a moment here where I'm going to look really stupid for picking him over Cat. Because this could be a hardened Finals, you know, for him, where, you know, the first time you show up to the Finals, the stage is too bright. But I think I've watched Dylan enough, like, over the years to just know that he gets better when the moment gets brighter. And nothing I've seen this year has made me think that, like, he's not that dude. You know, like, the only bad games he's had was when he was hurt. Like, other than that, he's been solid cooking, like, the entire playoffs. So, you know, I trust Dylan to show up in these moments. I think they will need him. Absolutely. I do not think this will be cakewalk for the Spurs by any means. And I could certainly see a world. Like, if the Knicks win, I'm not going to be like, oh, my God, I can't believe this happened. How did this happen? It's not going to be that way. I would 100% see a 20 pass that the Knicks can win this series. But I think Dylan Harper is going to have to be special. Like 07 Ginobili special. He's going to have to grow up real fast.
Good, so.
No, he's not as good as 07 Ginobili. I agree with that.
Well, you can't talk to Ox about Ginobili, and we don't have to get into that. But
they used to call me Ginobili because I kind of look like him, and I used to hoop in a Tim Duncan jersey, so they just call me Ginobili.
What I'm asking you, Ox,
what's up?
You literally just asked us about, like, who could shine the brightest. Can I flip that question around, Ox? Who is most likely to suck in this series? Where you go, that's Chet Holmgren. That's Chet Holmgren right there. Like, who turns into Chet Holmgren in this series?
I don't know. First, let me say the Finals MVPs, I think. Well, once again, I'm 100% confident the Knicks are winning this series. So, when it comes to my Finals MVP, it's going to be 3 Knicks.
Thank you.
Number 1, obviously, Jalen Brunson. Number 2, OG Anunoby. And number 3, Karl-Anthony Towns. I think those are my three guys for Finals MVP because I think the Knicks are so clearly going to win this series. Chill, I'm going to be I'm not going to be allowed on the panel for the rest of the summer if OG Anunoby gets Finals MVP.
How unbearable are you going to be, Ox?
I mean, I'm talking about the chat will hate me. Y'all will hate me. Nobody's going to want to hear from me. It's actually going to disgust me. The levels I'm going to go about OG Anunoby with the Finals MVP. I mean, I'm going to go 3 times further than I went with Jaylen Brown.
He's one of my favorite players in the NBA, and I always felt really bad that he missed out on that Raptors championship, right? Like, he's talked about it. Jeremy Lin's talked about it, too. Jeremy Lin, another guy who won a championship, and he said, like, I don't really feel like I really won a championship because I didn't really play, right? But OG was a regular rotation guy, and had he been healthy, he would have played a huge part in that finals.
That was
we would have used him against Philly. We could have used him when Fred VanVleet was shooting like, I don't know, 12%, 8% from 3. We could have used that dude. We didn't have him.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he comes in and he's healthy for the finals, but they don't want to disrupt the rhythm, so they don't let him play. And I always felt like that really derailed his career in Toronto because the next year, you know, not only had he already lost his starting spot to Kawhi, but now Kawhi's gone, you go back. But because Pascal got all those reps in the playoffs and he grew so much in the playoffs, now Pascal was the man. I promise you, in 2017, nobody was saying Pascal Siakam was going to be the future of the Raptors. Everyone was saying, oh, OG Anunoby going to be Kawhi Leonard. Now, he didn't become Kawhi Leonard because he got 2 left feet. But for real, like, I feel like had he played and Siakam had not played, I still think we could have won a championship. And I think OG would have been way further ahead offensively.
Chill. Do you want to, you know, let's get into that. Chill, who's going to fold? Who's most likely to fold under these bright lights?
One of them young guys.
So Stephon Castle?
One of them young
guys. That's my pick. That's my pick.
That's your pick, Stephon Castle?
That's my pick, Stephon Castle.
I don't think that they will, but if there's one, if there's somebody that I think would not be good, it'd be one of them young guys. Yeah,
they saying Cat in the chat.
No, the reason why I'm not buying the whole Cat logic is because I think Mike Brown has put him in space where he can't. Like he's made the offense and the defense so conducive to his game that all he's got to do is what he does. He doesn't have to do anything more. Just do what he does, and it works. That's it.
I can't see Steph Castle folding. Like I could see him like having some turnovers and stuff, but I can't see Steph not showing up. I don't see that at all. He you know, playing for UConn, playing for you know that, what do you call it? That team. We'll just call it that team, whatever, you know. Mm-hmm. That organization, you put under a lot of pressure. You know what I'm saying? And he won there. And he's been playing very well all season this year. He played very well all season last year. I can't see Stephon Castle folding at all. And one thing about that too, even if he doesn't score a whole bunch, if he throws a couple turnovers, he's still going to play great defense.
Fair enough.
You remember that first game against Cleveland when they were down like 20 points?
They were down 20.
I think Cat was horrible in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible. I hated him in the first quarter, hated him in the second quarter. And as much as I could say, oh, it's because of Josh Hart and they benched Josh Hart and then Landry Shamet came into the game and flipped everything around, Cat was invisible in that game. In fact, he was a detriment. See, I think like there's players that they can be invisible, and then there's players that when they're bad, they're actively destructive. Like they're corrosive. Cat to me is when he's bad, it's corrosive. Like he can erode your entire team with his turnovers, with his fouls, with his lazy rotations, with his soft ass body language sometimes, crying for fouls and shit. Like he like with OG, what's a bad OG game? He's not gonna hit some shots. He's not gonna fold on defense. He's not gonna pick up stupid fouls. He's not gonna turn the ball over 14 times.
A lot to that though, Penn, is Cat is so damn good in terms of a talent that as bad as you think he could be equally as good and be the difference in them winning the series. And when I say the difference in them winning the series, he could give me with his skill set and his ability to score, he could give me something like 24, 12, and 5. He could do something like that.
Chill. Now close your ears. You're not gonna want to hear this. Wemby and Evan Mobley not the same.
No, they're not.
Jared Allen.
No,
Jared Allen and Victor Wembanyama not the same.
Nope, they're not.
So like, you know, Kat seems to be like a player who sometimes needs to be reminded that he can play in a series. You know, he builds on confidence. He plays with confidence.
Yep.
You see sometimes, you know, Anthony Edwards, very young player, was sometimes coaching him up and being like, yo, big fella, we need you. We need you. To me, for 27 years old, I got to tell a former first overall pick and an all NBA guy, we need you. Stop picking up fouls. That to me shows me you have a high likelihood of folding in big moments. So,
Pin.
What?
That shit doesn't correlate. You
Why not?
fouled a couple times. Doesn't mean you're gonna fold when the lights are bright. I'm gonna
He
tell you
didn't
like
foul
this.
a couple of times.
I'm gonna tell you something that you don't want to hear.
A couple dozen times. Yeah.
Let me tell
do I not
everybody
wanna
something
hear?
that y'all all don't want to hear. Against everybody else, it might be this way, Wemby and Kat, but matched up head to head, give me Karl Anthony Towns.
We had this conversation before.
Absolutely.
We had this conversation before.
Yeah, he might.
And by the way, Ox, we had this conversation last year. Were we not having a conversation about Kat being first team All Pro at one point during the season?
Yep.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Matched up, mano a mano, head to head. I want Kat. I want Karl Anthony Towns. Absolutely, I do.
Is this the give
If
me?
Karl Anthony Towns was on the Spurs and Victor Wembanyama was on the Knicks, I would pick the Knicks to win this series in 3.
Yeah, that's
And I
fine.
think you
That's
would
cool.
too.
That's not even
The reason
that's
that you saying Knicks in 6 is because of the difference between Karl Anthony Towns and Victor Wembanyama. And now you tell me you want
what?
Kat over Wemby.
The reason I'm saying Knicks in 6 is because wait, what?
Why are you saying Knicks in 6? You sound very confident. You picked 3 Knicks for your finals.
I said Knicks in 6 because I think the Knicks are better than the Spurs.
And a lot of
then
that
why,
has to do
then
with
why don't
Kat.
you say Knicks in 4?
That's not how that works, Pin. Just because you're a better
Well,
team doesn't mean you sweep.
Ox, if
That means you win 4 games
best
before
player, Ox, let me clarify this. Some people up here, not me, and not Jay, and definitely not Chill, have said that Victor Wembanyama is the best player in the NBA.
He's not.
Okay,
I don't think so.
but let's just pretend he's really close. You picked Karl Anthony Towns to be your 3rd pick for Finals MVP. You're telling me that your 3rd pick for Finals MVP is better than their best player. That to me says they're about to sweep.
That's just not how that
Because
works.
you're trying to
Pin.
tell me
what that means.
this
That's
is like
not,
Indiana versus the Lakers.
That's not how Finals MVP. That's not how that works, Pin. That's just not how that works. That means that the Knicks are definitely winning the series. Okay, that means the Knicks are definitely winning the series, and by that being that means that I'm going to choose one of these 3 guys to be the Finals MVP. That's all that means.
But
But
you are saying that OG
I'm
better
saying
than
is
Kat.
what I'm saying is head to head. Okay, so you tell me every Finals MVP is better than everybody on their team. We know that's not how that works, right?
Yeah, but
All right. So
you
what I'm
said
saying-
head to head.
the
Give
only-
me
I'm
Kat.
only
So you
saying what
Kat's
I
gonna
said.
outplay their best player.
I'm only saying what I said. That's it.
Okay.
All I said is all I'm saying. I'm not. There's no underline. There's no need to read between the lines. What I'm saying is, head to head in these finals, I think Karl Anthony Towns is going to outplay Victor Wembanyama. That's what I'm saying. That's it.
But you also think that OG Anunoby and Jalen Brunson are going to outplay Karl Anthony Towns, right? That's why you picked them number 1 and number 2. That's not rocket science. What I'm saying is that if you think that OG is going to outplay Kat and Brunson's going to outplay OG, then you really telling me that the 3rd best Nick is better than the best Spur.
No.
To me, that's
I'm telling you everything I said. That's all I'm saying, Pin. I'm just telling you what I said. Okay.
You said don't read between the lines. I'm reading between the lines. It's gibberish. It's a different language. It's fucking hieroglyphics. I don't know.
It's not my fault. You're not bilingual. Duolingo is free, baby.
Multilingual. Your logic don't make sense.
Duolingo is free.
Okay.
Mad Max Sports. What does Cleveland not trading for Drew say about what they think about D. Mitch and Mobley offensively? Chill, stop trying to put the blame on James.
First
Give
of
me-
all,
give me
Mad
Drew
Max
Holiday.
fucking it. Oh my goodness, man. I wasn't putting the blame on James Harden. That's not what I did. We were talking about coaching. That's all this was about. I never said anything about James Harden was the reason why they lost this series. I said, if you got a guy that's getting hunted and getting handled, you as a coach have to do something about it. I did not say that James Harden was the reason why they lost this series. I did not say that. That's not what I said. But again, this is the part of being up here behind the microphone. So it could be pretty difficult from time to time. This stuff like this that takes years off my life. It does.
This shit ain't difficult. Come on, man. This shit ain't difficult. I'm not saying anyone could do it, but I'm saying it's not difficult. We live in blessed lives right now.
Plus, the battle-tested Mavs faced the Celtics, who had the easiest run of the decade and got smoked.
The Celtics had the easiest run of the decade?
They were just better than everybody by far.
Way better, but yeah.
Also, Luka was hurt. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, he had that scratch on his knee, little boo-boo.
Yep.
Ghost Killer 250. So now I want to hear these two arguments in the chance we do sweep them. Inexperience and we don't see OKC, all this other BS, Knicks in 5.
That's exactly what they'll say, Ghostface. I'll tell you that right now. That's exactly what they'll say.
They're young. The officials didn't give them the benefit of the doubt. Mitch Jhonson didn't make the proper adjustments in order for them to win. Wemby just not ready yet.
The internet is the only place we let the losers write history.
Yeah.
I don't know when we start doing that.
Wemby just not ready yet.
So Mad Max asked the question, we didn't answer it, and he's complaining in the chat, which I think is fair. I don't think we did. The point was that the Cavaliers allegedly were deciding between Drew Holiday and James Harden and chose James Harden. And what does that say about Donovan Mitchell? I don't think that says anything about Donovan Mitchell. I think that just they specifically said that they valued the offensive creation of James Harden more. I would argue that what they desperately needed was defensive stability at the guard position and probably some championship experience, which James Harden clearly cannot provide. So I would have taken Drew Holiday. I understand that's a very hot take because James Harden was playing better. But in terms of what I need next to Donovan Mitchell, give me an adult. Give me an adult.
And Drew Holiday
ain't looking at Sophie Rain. Give me an adult.
We all looking at Sophie Rain.
I'm not.
And Drew Holiday has proven to be the difference. Like, we saw what happened when he got traded to Milwaukee. We saw what happened when he got traded to the Celtics. He was the difference. He was the one who pushed him over the top. That's what ended up happening. And I'm not saying that Drew Holiday is a better player than James Harden. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying, though, is if you take out that lead guard and put in what Drew Holiday brings to your group, it's pretty difficult to deny what he absolutely brings to that team. So
veterans matter so much. Stable veterans can set the tone for young players. So we don't know what Drew Holiday could have done potentially for a guy like Evan Mobley. I think he could have expedited the growth a lot, for him. I think he could have made him a better basketball player. So again, we've seen it year over year. I mean, really, in the Western Conference Finals, what did we really see? We saw Chris Paul's children facing off against Chris Paul's children. That's really what we saw. We saw the two teams that Chris Paul left, and they're in the Western Conference Finals battling it out. And every single one of those players that played with him would tell you that he helped me understand the game better. So, I've heard this many, many times. Bismack Biyombo, great vet. Every one of those Spurs youngsters would tell you that he is always in their ear. He's helping them out, understanding the game, talking to them and stuff like that. So, I think it's important. Good teams have good vets.
Yes, it is.
All right, let's run through the rest of these super chats, y'all. We got a members chat from Mo, who's been a member for 22 months. My birthday is this weekend. Shout out PC fam. W show.
Happy birthday,
Mo.
My birthday today. So
happy birthday, Jay.
That's what's up, Jay. Happy birthday, brother.
You 18 now?
I'm 26. I appreciate you.
Shout out to your 20s. Yeah. Shout out to being in your 20s.
Yeah, y'all should check out Fuck Is You Talking About podcast. I checked a lot of his clips. I found myself laughing a lot. Jay is hilarious.
I tried. Thank you.
Fire. Gem Rock always. Even the game the Spurs won, Knicks were up by 18.
Well, we know that leads aren't that safe in the NBA today. Like, we know that teams could. We just literally saw your Knicks. It was up 22 with half the quarter already over, and they came back and won. I mean, the game is so much faster that you could cut 20 could get cut to 20 can get cut to 18 to 15 to 12, and the next thing you know is down to 7, and you right back in it in like 4 minutes. That could happen. That could 100% happen.
Yeah.
Void Century. There's a big difference between being guarded by Fox, Harper, and Castle rather than CJ, Maxey, Harden, and D. Mitch. Ain't gonna be no Brunson ISOs, pick on Harden type shit.
Give me a break. This is what I'm talking about, Jay. Everybody better than Jalen Brunson until it's time to be better than Jalen Brunson. That's all I gotta say. Everybody better than him until it's time to show that you better than him. Everybody is.
I'm telling you.
Blackest Panther. The phrase "the receipt is due" is lame as hell. Thanks a lot, Mustard, for ruining my day. Shout out to John Pennon.
Yo, shout out to somebody straightening your day up with some nonsense, yo. My day up with that, yo.
Thanks for ruining my Tuesday.
This guy getting very creative, putting pen and things. It's pretty cool. John Pennon. I ain't heard that before.
John Pennon. Yeah, Mustard, thank you for ruining my Tuesday. Ballpark Frank says, Jay, Spurs in 6.
It's my guy, man. We were just arguing about that last night. It's my guy, man.
The receipt is due. Man, get that shit out of here.
I don't really know what that means, the receipt is due.
That's what dude was saying. Yeah. The receipt is due. Get that bullshit out of here.
Stacks timing different. All the narrative shit is corny. Let's talk basketball, Trey. Like, come on, bro. To say Wemby wants it more than them makes absolutely no sense.
Stacks, and that's what I was trying to. And Trey makes a lot of sense with a lot of stuff that he says. But that's where I was at with that. I never bought into the logic that Penn wants it more than me, or I want it more than Penn.
Oh, chill. I definitely want it more than you.
But you know the difference though, Penn. Just because you hungrier than me does not mean that you're gonna eat before I do. That does not mean that. Absolutely not.
Actually, a lot of times it does.
Actually, I ate in the 20 minutes I was off the show. So
but if we get stuck in a room and you are hungrier, that doesn't mean that you're gonna eat before I do. That does not mean that.
Now look, if we are close to each other as far as physicality and skill and all that, if it's close, yeah, who wants it more? It can matter. Absolutely, it can matter. And most of the time, it does matter. If you're just far superior, like chill. If you're my big cousin and you're 16 and I'm 10, and there's 5, we at Granny house and there's 5 pancakes left, and you want to eat all 5 of them, you're gonna eat all 5 of them.
I am gonna eat all 5. Here's the difference, though.
If we both 13,
yeah,
same size, and we both hungry as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, you know what I mean? Like we gonna eat, but it matters sometimes.
But I just don't buy into the logic that okay, you and me are equal, so you just want to eat more than I do. No, just because you want to eat, that doesn't mean that you're willing to do or you will do what it takes to eat more. Just because
that's
probably
implied,
need to get off the topic of food because I feel like the chat's acting up a little bit right now.
That's implied.
We've been talking about food a little too much. You know what I mean? Like
they'll be okay.
Attracting the wrong people.
That's what's
implied.
That's implied already. Like wanting it more, it's implied that you're going to go more. Like after loose balls, like if there's a loose ball and that means there's 2 Knicks over here and 3 Spurs, and they get to the ball first. Man, who wants it? Like you see the ball, who's gonna get on the ground? Who's gonna go get the ball? Yeah. Like I think wanting it and like having that will and having that heart, I think that absolutely matters. Whether we can quantify it or not.
Urgency.
Yeah, but we can't measure that, right? Like I'm pretty sure if you ask any one of the people in the Knicks, they would bite off their left hand, right, to win a championship. This right? So how do we because Victor Wembanyama said, "I'll die if I don't win," right? That means that he wants it more just because he vocalized that he wants it more. Right. Nah, I'm sure the Knicks is at home right now watching every single thing the Spurs is doing, getting ready, getting pumped. So I'm not buying that the Spurs just want it more. You know,
I've never bought into that. Like Void just said, Ox, but when that 10-year-old grabbed that knife and tell Cuzzo, run them pancakes, and that Cuzzo looked at my 10-year-old and said, I'll tell you what, you either put that knife down or I'll shove that knife up your low ass.
Exactly.
You know what he gonna do?
That's
He gonna put that knife down. That's what the hell he gonna do.
That's why I just put in the chat. Like me at 10, my big cousins would have took that and beat the hell out of me. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I mean, urgency is a very big part of
that right up
competitive anything. Like when we get
and,
into the PCL,
and I ain't gonna make you prove it. I'm gonna put that shit down quick.
like when we get into the PCL, you can see that urgency coming up, right? Like I got beat by Real Talk. He was just very hungry for loose balls, right?
So double entendre.
So anyways, Jam Rock always.
Yes,
you know, we pick it up because now with Real Talk retaliates, then he's, you know what I'm saying, that shit goes.
There ain't no retaliation. You started that bullshit in the chat. Get the fuck out of the chat and get on the stage.
All right. Okay, relax, fellas. Relax. Relax, y'all. Jam Rock always. If JB averaged 26, OG averages 22, and Cat averages 18, 10, and 7, MVP.
Is that a question?
I think it's kind of saying that Cat would probably win MVP in that setting. Or maybe he's asking, maybe he's asking who wins MVP in that setting. And that setting is probably actually OG because he's going to play so much defense. That 22 points is going to come with six boards, 5 assists, and immaculate defense.
It's probably going to go to JB off the strength of the narrative of him being the best player on the Knicks.
The captain here.
I think that they'll devalue the 18, 8 and 7 from Cat. Yeah, they'll completely devalue that. And they'll look at OG as the dirty work guy who's just doing his job. And the best player showed up in the series, which is JB. So he's the finals MVP.
If I was OG or Cat in that situation, I'm taking that shit. Like, nah. Fuck no, that's mine.
Give me this damn finals MVP. You know, fuck out of here.
And could y'all imagine something like think about like Jason Tatum when they gave it to Jaylen Brown. What if Jason Tatum would have walked up and took the mic and the trophy like, nah, fuck that.
I play better than him. Fuck out of here.
That would have been interesting.
That would have been hilarious.
Funny, that is funny.
Just Flo, been a member for 14 months. Was Nurkic airing dirty laundry or keeping it real?
Was he?
No. Bro, chill. I speak fluent Russian. That's not even what he was. That's not even what he was saying.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Ox. I wasn't. I don't speak fluent Russian like you do, but I don't. Yeah, I've seen those posts before, and you've told me that like that was not the conversation that they were having. Yeah.
The Jonathan Frazier. I'm 1 hour behind, but we need to use context for San Antonio too. They played Portland in the play-in, played in injured Minnesota, who's co-star, and played in injured OKC.
If we're gonna go so deep into devalue everyone's run, right? You could do that with anyone who's had a run in any playoffs ever.
Right.
Just how it goes.
I mean, this deep in the season, you expect somebody to be hurt.
Somebody has to be hurt.
Eric Espinoza, chill, my man. If the Spurs win the ship and Wemby shows out in the finals, would you say he's the best in the world then, possibly? Nope. I got Spurs in 6, by the way.
I'll say he played the best. That's what I'll say. I don't think he's the best player in the world. That's what I'll say.
I mean, he did just outplay the best player in the world.
Yep, he did do that. Mm-hmm.
So now going and outplaying Jalen Brunson, considering like, does it matter at all what he does? What if he drops 35 a game? Still nothing?
I didn't say still nothing. No, I didn't say that at all.
He still can't be the best player in the world, even if he drops 35 a game.
Well, I've seen James do that, and he was the best player in the world. But James got a track record of being the best. See, I'm not like the rest of these guys where, you know.
What does this have to do with LeBron James? LeBron James 41 years old.
No, I ain't talking. See, this is what I'm talking about, Penn. LeBron James wasn't 41 years old in 2015.
Yeah, but he wasn't. 2026.
He wasn't 41 years old in 2009 when he averaged 39, 10, and 10 in the East Finals. That wasn't what was going on.
And he was the best player in the world.
Okay.
In 2009.
But there's a reason. But the difference with that, Penn, is that he had built up a track record to become that. He wasn't just a flash in the pan. Like, this is the first time Wemby has been in the playoffs. First time he's ever done anything like this. Can I see some consistency before I give you the crown of being the best player in the world? Because what happens next year when he gets outplayed by somebody, or in 2 years when he gets outplayed by somebody? Is he now not the best player in the world again?
Well,
is that what happens?
apparently Shea got outplayed by somebody. Jokic got outplayed by somebody. They were still the best player in the world. I mean,
Right.
shit, it happens. I'm just saying, like, chill. Some rules are meant to be broken to some extent, right? There are exceptions to rules. Now I understand.
It's not true. Rules are not meant to be broken. They're rules.
Some rules are
I want y'all to stop saying that. That is bad advice. Okay, rules are meant to be followed.
That's why
That's
they put
true.
it in place.
Please stop breaking the rules.
Nobody's writing
Put
rules
the
like I
rules
can't
in
wait till a
place.
nigga break this shit.
Yes.
Right, please, man, please. I'm
I'm
begging
putting these
you.
rules
Please
in-
stop
I'm-
telling people that.
I'm putting these rules in place because I want you to break it. Boy, you go ahead and break this rule. Watch what happens. No, motherfucker.
I mean, chill. We crowned LeBron James the best player in the world. Kobe Bryant was still there, had won 5 championships, and we said LeBron was better. How is
I
that
didn't
fair?
say that.
I mean, you didn't say that, but a lot of people did. A lot of people said that when Kobe won his second championship, LeBron was already the best player in the world. Now, some people said, well, he ain't done anything yet. He ain't won a finals yet. He got swept, by the Spurs and blah, 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 blah. Michael Jordan was crowned the best player in the world before he ever won a championship. He was getting bounced in the first round. People said, no, I know this guy better than Magic. So I'm just saying, like, once every now and again, player does come along and we say, yeah, okay, bro, we get the rules, but they don't apply to you. I think Wemby is one of those guys.
All right.
You ready? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I'm in the chat, y'all. I'm just sticking up for Dr. Seuss.
We got to call Ox from the back. Ox, the damn show coming on. Ox in the back. Come on, hey Ox, come on, yo.
Yeah, my bad. I'll get this straight. Y'all know I got the ADHD. I'm just saying, though, I want to be very clear. In the state of music nowadays, like where rap is today, Dr. Seuss would have went triple platinum with that red fish, blue fish, one fish, two fish shit.
Depends on the flow. You know?
Yeah, come on, man. In the state of music today, come on, man, that's a bar.
Man, that was hard though.
Anyways, G Wizardo, many men. Oh, I thought this was.
It's a bar.
Oh,
You gotta wrap it. Yeah, you gotta wrap it.
Oh, is this by NY, New York? Go ahead. You got the vest on.
I know, but I'm illiterate. You gotta read. I can't read. I bet. Many men wish losses on us. Blurred in my eyes though, but we can see. Okay, I feel you. That didn't rhyme at all. He set me up. The Knicks, he set me up. The Knicks trying to be what they destined to be, but the Spurs thought they could take our life away. WNY, we up, bro. Come on, Knicks in 6, man. It's gonna be the best finals we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, shout out to G Wizardo. Shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to G Unit and 50 Cent.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you get shot 9 times, you don't get up.
Yeah, well, that's true for most people. Actually,
yeah, that's pretty much how it works.
Almost everybody. If you shoot 10 people 10 times, if you shoot 10 people 9 times, 9 of them are gonna die.
All of them.
Yeah,
probably all 10 of them gonna die. You might be the only one.
It kind of depends where you get shot, for real. But
yeah, like that's true. Because
if I shoot you 9 times in the foot, you'd be alive.
Yes, 50 is very fortunate.
Well, that's not necessarily true. Infection, stuff like that happens.
Also true.
But
get to a hospital, bro. What are you talking about? Infections.
All right, bro. I'm just saying. Stacks timing different. Chill. I'll just DM you on TikTok. You too clouded.
I don't even know what that means.
You got too much clout.
You got you up, Chill. Chill on my feet every day.
Somebody in the chat a minute ago, Chill, probably like 30, 45 minutes ago, talking about Ox said he was going to do the super chats and they read one of them. I'm like, yeah, because Chill has something to say. I read the super chats when Chill ready. Read the super chats. What you mean? I know what the fuck. I know what I'm here for. Anyways, the super chats are all read now, so we are done. Unless anybody got anything else they want to say, you got everything off today. Jay, Chill.
How the hell am I in 2026 and I just found out Lil TJ got shot 7 times?
I don't know who Lil TJ is.
I don't know who that is neither.
Nobody.
Hey, Ron, pay attention. This is how you run a show, Ron. Pay attention. This is how you host the show, Ron.
Talk to him.
This
is how you get out. This is how you get it done, Ron. Pay attention. Stop trying to side bet people with that bullshit ass hand of yours.
Talking about
learn how to coach.
What is this shit?
Learn how to host.
Look like the
Ron.
claw.
Fuck out of here.
And then y'all see when I try to really bet with him, then you want to run off. Oh, I'm in the airport.
So you start talking about that money on, right? He had the money on. Come on now. He not ready for it.
Well, anyways, though, we'll catch y'all tomorrow. We'll get ready to preview the game, man. Be ready for that. We don't got no other.
I'm looking out for you. Don't make that bet.
Later.
Oh no, I'm making that bet. Absolutely.
That's money.
Later.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.